Ohio. I'm back, baby. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. I'm back. You all are crazy. You're already in here with the Membies and the Sublas and stuff before I even went live. Violet, thank you for the 5 months. Welcome back, Ryoma. Thank you. Corey, thank you for the 5 months. Welcome back. Ryoshi, thank you. Jed, thank you for the 5 months. Okaidi, thank you. Jesse, thanks for the 5. Welcome back. Cool Dance Barrenwort. I've seen the silly translations on the Niji Fest things. I'm Cool Dance Barrenwort. Yippee. Oh, thanks for the 5 months. Okaidi, Moga Moga Ryoshi. Thank you. Yo, thank you for the new Memby. Welcome. B, thanks for the 5 months. I'm kind of late, but welcome back. We missed you. Thanks. I missed you guys too. Cygnus, thanks for the 3 months. Welcome back. Credit card.
Food funds.
Pastel, thanks for the soup. For the tip. You're shopping food, but thank you. That $5 went really far, trust. Welcome back. The credit card so we wrote of Nijisanji's 10th wave Denauth. Be sure to hit like and subscribe for more. Thanks, Cygnus. Very good. Thanks for the 5 months. If you welcome back, thank you. Lele, thanks for the 2 months. Laura Pluridad, thanks for the 5 months. We missed you so much. Sending this early on break at work. I'm proud of you for the karaoke and going out of your comfort zone. Oh, thank you. Caraway, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. I'm happy we got to see you at karaoke. Thanks. I hope the next time will be even easier for you. We'll see. We'll see. Pastel, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back, Ryoshi. Can't wait to hear about your adventures with Nijisanji EN. It was so fun. It was so fun. Celine, thanks for 2 months. Welcome back, Ryoma. Thank you. I lost my place. Excited to hear stories. That's what we're doing today. We tell stories. Maisie, thanks for the month. Rio Ohio from work. Welcome back. Oh, have a good day at work. Adri, thanks for 5 months. Excited to hear all the stories. Yes. Miss Riddle, thanks for 5 months. Welcome back. Thank you. Uh-oh, my computer's frozen. I'm Angel Cat, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back. I would love to hear all the stories. Your time in karaoke was awesome. Love you forever and always. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back, Goat. What up, BB? Oh my god. I started drinking tea. I'm already hot. I gotta take my sweater off. It was so cold just a second ago. Oy. Oh. Oh. Why did that webpage crash? Why did my YouTube webpage crash? Hey, Rod, thanks for the 5 months. Ryoshi cries. I'm so glad to be back. I missed you guys. Yeah, the power of tea. The power of tea compels me. Hi, everybody. And thanks for the 4 months. Thank you. Thanks for all the membies. Did you all miss me? I missed you all. Sorry that I wasn't streaming while I was gone. I just did not want to bring my laptop with me. I know this about myself. Anytime I travel and I bring a laptop, every single time I bring a laptop, I regret it. Because I never use it. I never use it. I even brought my I brought my Switch and I didn't even use it. I didn't use it once. I bought like a travel case for it and was like, and I bought a game and I didn't even touch it one time. You know what I did use a surprising amount is I brought my Kindle that I bought before my first trip with Denauth, and I didn't use that like at all on that trip. I used it so much this trip. I actually want to do another member stream soon, maybe like next week, where we get back to reading Sherlock Holmes. Because I just had so much fun reading, surprisingly. I kind of want to read, and I kept seeing Sherlock Holmes every time I would open up my thing, and I was like, I kind of want to read some of ye old English again. So maybe we'll do that like next week. Maybe another member stream where I read Sherlock Holmes to you guys again, because I almost read it. I almost read it on my own. I was like, no, I have to save that. I have to save that for with the Ronins. I can't read that on my own. That's cheating. I have to save that. I was really close to reading it on my own though, which is funny. Yeah, ye old men yowie, ye old Englishman yowie, yes. Oh man, but yeah, hey, I'm back. As people have surmised, as you've all seen, from the karaoke off collab on Vanta's channel. Like, I was hanging out with a bunch of people from EN, which was super cool. I got to meet God, I got to meet like basically half the branch, slightly more than half the branch on this trip, which was so cool. Everyone is so cool. I was really nervous about going on this trip. Because the thing, like, I had this like realization before the trip is that like I haven't actually ever traveled on my own as an adult just for vacation, which was a really weird realization to have. I've always traveled, you know, I went on like family trips when I was a little kid, and then as an adult, I have done a lot of trips just for work, like various jobs, usually in country. I don't think I've ever traveled. I'm trying to remember if I've ever traveled out of the country for a work job. Maybe once, but I honestly don't think so. Most of it's just been around the country. But it was always for work stuff, and which usually entails going and doing whatever the thing is that you're there to do, and then maybe getting dinner afterwards at the end of the day with your colleagues, you know. So I don't even know if I really consider that like trip, because it wasn't like, I remember I was on the East Coast one time. Actually, I've been to the East Coast a couple times for things. And the most touristy it got was like a very late night drive after the events through the city. Where was I? I think I was in Boston. I think it was Boston. Boston. Was it Boston? I can't remember. But it was like a late night. It was after the convention had ended. We were in like someone's car, and we kind of got like a cool tour of the city when it was kind of lit up, and we were looking at all the architecture, which was actually pretty cool. I don't really know anything about architecture, but I definitely can like appreciate a cool looking building, you know. I think they're pretty fascinating. And then remember getting like we went to like a place with like it was like a seafood. It was like you have to have the lobster. So I remember having lobster. It was really, really good. I think it was Boston. I don't even know if I'm doing that right. But I remember that was probably the most touristy thing I've ever done on a work trip. And that was only like one evening. I've been to Florida for a work thing. That was a really cool trip. I wish I could tell you more details about it. About what I actually did there. But actually I probably could. Yeah, I mean, it's not, yeah, it like I was there and I got to see how like commercials were shot for some stuff, which was super freaking cool. Because there was a whole studio and there was a whole set, and it's really cool because I have mentioned this before, like I was a theater kid, but like on like the tech side of things, you know. So I always, every time I get to see how things are like shot, how like production stuff is done, I'm locked in, man. It's so cool. So yeah, so there was a set, and I got to see like a bunch of like different like sort of like kind of like movie magic moments in terms of like how they frame things, little like hammer tricks for perspectives and like things that you just wouldn't expect, like like random like wooden boxes that things are set up on just to like make things a certain height so that the camera, I don't know, it's cool. So that was really fun. And then afterwards, like it was just like we went to like a bar and had some food and some drinks, and then that was the most I saw of Florida outside of the studio. So I have been to Florida, but I haven't really been to Florida. I don't know. I didn't see any gators, so now alligators, I don't know if that was a real Florida man experience. I don't know if I could say that. But anyway, yeah, so I was having this moment before this trip where I was like, oh, I've never actually just bought like my own, like booked my own flight and booked my own hotel to just go on a vacation with no like work plans. I mean, I knew about the off-collab, but I don't know if I necessarily consider, I guess that was work, but I didn't really consider it work at the time because it wasn't on my channel or anything. I was just kind of showing up. So yeah, it was weird just sitting there like, oh, you know, I was really nervous about going because believe it or not, your favorite, like as is the case with so many of your probably favorite content creators, I'm pretty introverted and pretty shy and pretty socially awkward. when it comes to actually hanging out with people in real life. So that combination mixed with the realization that like I was going without any real plans and I was just going by myself on my own. I was pretty nervous because I was like, oh, well, I know everyone's really friendly, but like, what if people are super busy? Because plenty of people are doing other things too, their own plans, some, you know, whatever. And I was like, oh man, what if people are too busy to hang out and I just end up on my own the whole trip for like a week? That would be it would be fine. It would be totally fine because I wanted to go anyway and I wanted to go experience like more shopping and more food and stuff like that. So it wasn't a huge deal. I was like, it'll be fine. Like if I just end up doing things on my own, not a big deal. Like, you know, I'm a big boy. Like I've got plenty of things I can go find to do. But of course I was really hopeful that I would get to like hang out with people at least a little bit and get to meet people. And so the fact that I was able to not only meet every single person, well, actually, no, I didn't quite get to meet everybody, I think. But pretty much everybody and meet like half the branch while on the trip and get to hang out with people pretty regularly and just do really fun things with them, especially like the off-collab was so much fun. Like that was so good. I'm so happy. I'm so fulfilled. It was such a great trip. I got everything that I wanted out of it and so much more. And so, yeah, I'm really glad. I was super nervous about going beforehand, and I'm really glad I did. Big shout out to Wilson for originally. You guys have Wilson to thank. Originally, I wasn't gonna do the off-collab karaoke. I had originally turned it down because, I mean, you all know I've said it multiple times. Like I'm not comfortable singing. Like I'm not a singer. You know, coming to Niji is the first time I've ever done any singing at all. And I was always telling people like, I just don't do karaoke, like, because I legitimately never have in my life. I've been so scared of it. I don't know songs. I have the thing, I always forget the name, but it's like the auditory processing. I think it's auditory processing disorder or whatever. It's really hard for me to, I can't parse lyrics from songs. So like when I tell people I don't know songs, it's not that I haven't heard songs. Like I anything that's popular, I've heard it before probably. Well, not everything, but like a fair amount of songs I know of because I have heard them. But like I don't know songs because I don't know lyrics, because when I listen to music, my brain has a really difficult time, I guess, like separating the lyrics from the music. It's too like overwhelming. It's why if I'm in a big collab too, like, and there's a lot going on, it can be really hard for me to hear what people are saying. Sometimes I just miss when people are saying things to me, or things that people are saying. So sometimes I miss things to react to or cues or whatever. It's just really hard for my brain. It just can't, when there's too much stuff, I just can't separate things. So karaoke has always been a thing that's been really scary to me because I know songs, but I don't know the lyrics to songs, if that makes sense. And so understanding like what words go where and when is really hard for me. So anyway, I've always been like, anytime I've always just been like, no, I you know, karaoke's just not really my thing. You know, I don't know any music, I don't know any songs, because like truly I don't. But I remember I was in a call with some people in like just the EN Discord, and Wilson was so adamant about me joining, and he was just selling me on the whole thing, and he was so enthusiastic about it. It was like, no, man, you gotta come, it's gonna be so fun. You don't have to actually sing, like you can just be there and hang out and do like commentary and yada yada. And he's like, I've done similar things, you know, I'm not like really a confident singer, that much of a singer, but like it's so much fun. And he just kept going, and he was so enthusiastic about it. And he just was really sold me on the idea and was so inviting and so welcoming. I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. So I said, yeah, is it too late to change my answer? Because it was past the, it was a little bit past the deadline to like kind of confirm everything, I think. But everyone, he was like, yeah, let me go message the staff son. And like, I was like, okay, cool. I'm going to go message my manager. And thankfully, it wasn't too late, and they were able to like confirm and give me a slot to participate in the off collab. And I'm so glad that I did, because it ended up being so much fun. And I mean, even as you guys saw, I got up and sang a few times as well. So huge shout out to Wilson just for always just being such a great guy, and being so positive and always like trying to get people involved in things, and get the branch, you know, and get people to do things together. So I without that push, I definitely would not have participated, and I think I would have really regretted it. I really think I would have missed out on what was a really, really cool time. So shout out to that dude. Love Wilson very much. And yeah, that was such a fun experience. Not only did I get to meet people there, but again, also like my little theater, tech stage guy brain was going burr, because the whole setup was really cool. And every time I get to go, and like, well, I say every time, but it's only been a few times that I've actually, only a couple or a few times I've gotten to see like the inside of like the studios. My brain is just going burr because I think it's so cool. I'm like, I want to know what all this stuff does. I'm like, I want to know how all this stuff works and what they're doing. And so I just like being in that kind of space as well. But it was so fun hanging out with everybody. It's really funny because I walked in. So my manager, Denauth's manager, who we absolutely love and adore, we were really excited because that was going to be our... That was another great thing, is I was able to see her because she was helping that day, and so I don't think I would have been able to see her otherwise. So that was another really great reason to go. And she told me, she was like, "I'm so excited, so I'm gonna wear my grandma core. I'm gonna wear my grandma core just for you." I was like, "Okay, bet. All right, you're gonna wear grandma core. I'm gonna wear my grandpa core." So I made sure to go like full on that day. Like I like had like full on grandpa core fit. That I wore to the thing, to the karaoke, and sure enough, she had her awesome grandma core on. It was so fun. But the thing that was really funny is like, so I walked in, and a couple people mistook me. They didn't realize who I was at first. They thought I was staff because the way I guess I was just like, because of how I was dressed. Because like a lot of people are just really well dressed around the office, and they legitimately thought that I was like staff at first. It was really funny. I had a couple people tell me I looked like staff. I had a couple people tell me I looked like their dad or granddad. So that was really funny. That was fun. But yeah, me and Mani-san were matching. That was cool. That was funny. Yeah, I went all out for that day. Wilson said you looked really good. That's the only compliment I need right there. Hell yeah. Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, off-collab. Off-collab was super sick. I'm really glad that I participated. I thankfully, God, dude, people went out for karaoke like every single night. Those people are karaoke fiends, man. It's crazy. We would like get dinner and then be like, okay, what are we doing after? It's like karaoke. All right, let's go. And it's like, oh my God, like every single night. They're fiends, man. It's crazy. I think I went out to karaoke almost every single night. Like, I showed up the first day I showed up and I met up with people because they were already at karaoke. But it was great. It worked out really well because, you know, everybody, again, I was, like I said, I was super nervous about singing and doing anything like that and participating. But everyone was super friendly, and they kept giving me a lot of pushes, a lot of encouragement to just sing. And people would sing with me. They'd be like, hey, I'll sing with you. Like, let's just do this song. You know, you don't have to, you know, oh, you don't know the lyrics? Okay, so don't worry about it. It's super easy. Like, you can just do the chant part right here. God, everyone was so friendly. And so it gave me the courage. It gave me the courage to jump in and participate and sing. And so by the time the off-collab stream came around, I'd already actually done karaoke a couple of times before then. Just after dinner with people, and not much, like just a couple songs each night, and you know, not really like singing full volume or anything, but just you know, like jumping into people and singing as a group. And so that when it came to the off collab and people were like, Ryoma, go sing. Ryoma, you've eaten enough, go sing. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I can do this. So yeah, so I'm really thankful. I'm really thankful to everyone for being so encouraging and friendly. Because it definitely helped. God, there were so many times. There were so many times. It happened every single time. Literally every single time. I was there for like a week and I went almost every single night with people. And literally every single time I would have at least one moment where we would be in the karaoke and someone would start singing, and it would legitimately take me a minute before I realized that it was someone singing in the room, and it wasn't just a song playing that was like a pre-recorded thing, like a recording, like a pre-recorded mixed thing. Because those people, everybody is insanely good. They are so good at singing. So there were so many moments when someone would like just start singing a song and I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I'd be chatting with somebody about something, but I would hear it in the background and it was just so good. It was so perfect. And then I would look up and be like, oh my God, you know, that's so-and-so singing right now. What the frick? It's crazy to me how good people are. They just pick up the mic and just go, and it sounds like a recording. So that was really cool. Yeah, I got yeah, best seat in the house. Yeah, I got front row seats to just crazy good performances. It's so fun. And so that was like the off collab. The off collab was like that. It was just that with so many people, and it was so fun because the vibes were so high in that room with everybody there. Plus, you know, just like reading chat and everything. It was so fun. So I was just vibing. I was there. I was eating. I was having a good time. I was enjoying dinner and a show. You know. So yes. So everyone's burning question: what was I eating the entire time throughout the off collab? Let's see. We stopped at Konbini beforehand, to pick up some snacks, because it started like we arrived a little before dinner, and I had breakfast, but I hadn't had lunch yet. I don't remember why. I just forgot to get lunch that day. I had a really big breakfast, but so I kind of also forgot to get lunch. But we stopped at the Konbini ahead of time and got a bunch of snacks. And then showed up, and staff had some snacks for us too. Other people had brought some snacks, so I had a plethora to choose from. There were also I don't remember if you guys remember the Avalon Cup, the Valorant tournament that the First Stage Production boys put on a little while back that a bunch of us played in. I was on Shoes team, and our prize from that were some energy drinks. And so because we were both on the same team, we had the prize. The prizes were at the office waiting for us. So we showed up, and there's like a bajillion energy drinks. There were so many energy drinks. And I don't drink energy drinks, really. I love energy drinks, but I really try to. I'm not much of a caffeine drinker these days. I really try to. I used to, but I don't really anymore. Angel, thanks so much for the gifted. Thank you. Thanks for sharing that with the community. So we showed up, and that was like so funny because I thought it would just be like 6. You know, I thought it'd be like a little 6-pack. No, there was like I forgot how many. There had to have been like over 30 cans. There were so many. Oh wait, I think Claude also won. I think Claude also got the same prize too. Yeah, there was just a bajillion. We showed up and there was a million bajillion energy drink cans. They were like, "Here's your stuff," and we were like, "We can't drink all of these. We can't take these back with us." So it was really funny because they were sharing them. We were like, "Yes, please share them with everybody." So like everybody, we were just trying to pass them out to everybody there, and then share it with like all the staff too. We shared them with. It was really funny. So I had one. I did drink one. I drank one of my celebratory energy drink prizes. It would feel wrong if I didn't. I drank one. Some people had more than one. Your team won them too? Oh my god. so funny, Hayuki. There were so many. I mean, there were so many there. I was like, there's no way. I thought it would be like 6. There was way more than 6. I legitimately think there was at least 30. It was crazy. They literally had like a pallet of them. It was nuts. It's so funny. So I had an energy drink. I'm trying to remember everything that I ate. I really love the fruits, the little fruits, the cut fruits from the kombini. So I had some apples. I had some pineapple. I think that was the only fruit that I brought with me. But yeah, so I was eating pineapple. I was eating apples. I had some potato chips that were like butter and seaweed, I think it was. I think it was butter. Butter and seaweed, I think. No, not like fruit cups. They're like, in Japan at the kombini, you can get these little pouches of just fresh sliced fruit. Like whole fruit, just sliced. I like to get those and eat them for breakfast. Because I like to try to start my day with like fruits. So I got a couple of those, and I was eating some potato chips. Oh yeah, I got an onigiri, like a salmon one. I had a rice ball, like a salmon rice ball. Maria was sitting next to me, and she had what are they called? I'm gonna butcher the name in Japanese, so I'm not gonna try. I can't remember. It's basically just like potato sticks, like flavored potato sticks. You know what I mean? They're just crunchy potato strip things, like straws. Straws is probably the better word. Angel, thanks so much for the other gifted. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, Jagariko? Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah. Those things. I can't remember the flavor. It was some crazy flavor. It was some crazy combination flavor. So I was eating those. There was another one that staff had given us. So Marie and I were sharing that one. And then I opened another one because we finished that one. So I was eating another one. It was a different brand. It was a different flavor. So I ate that. There were some like gummy candies that we found that were like Mario Party themed. Those are really good, actually. They were really flavorful. So I was eating some of those, and we were sharing this with other people too. I don't know if I heard the mics are pretty sensitive. You might have heard me like sharing stuff with people, like getting up and sharing some of them with other people. So I was eating some of the gummy candies that were really good. What else was there? I drank like 10 water bottles. I drink a lot of water. They were little mini water bottles, but I had like 10 water bottles. I think we were asked. Yeah, I shared with Red. Yeah, I remember giving some to Red. I gave them to pretty much like everybody. God, what else was there? I had the haichu, like the chew candies. I had ramen, like cupmen. We got cupmen out of the vending machine. And then the other reason why I had to get the fruit candies, the chewy candies, was because I got the cupmen, the ramen, but I forgot to get the chopsticks. Like you're supposed, like the thing, like you think you pop open the thing to get the thing out, the noodles out, and they have the chopsticks in there, but I just didn't even see them. I wasn't even thinking. So I bought that and then closed the thing and then realized I didn't have any chopsticks to eat them with. So then I had to buy something else to open the thing again. So I bought the candies just to open the thing again because I get the chopsticks. So then I had those too. So then we were eating those too, and we shared those with people. So that was funny. I think that was mostly it. I think that was that. If I'm forgetting something, I'm only forgetting like one or two things. But yeah, I was just eating. I was just snacking the entire time. I just had snacks. My model just tracks me eating really freaking well for whatever reason. By the way, I don't chew with my mouth open. I know it looks like I do, you know? But like, it just tracks me chewing so aggressively. I don't know why. So like, even though I'm chewing, even though I'm just, you know, modestly, very demure, you know, mouth closed chewing, like my model's just going to town, man. So it's like, I don't know why it's so aggressive, but it is. So yeah, I guess people were able to see me chewing the entire time. But I was just there, man. I was there. I was vibing. I was having dinner and a show. I was getting to watch and listen to everybody sing. It was awesome. It was awesome. Yeah, hungry. and then everyone was telling me about the thing where there was the one song where the lyrics, it didn't have the lyrics on the screen. And I had like multiple people come up to me and be like, people made the joke that you ate the lyrics. And I was like, ah, stop, it's so embarrassing. It was so funny though. Very hungry. Yeah, how hungry. Yeah, I ate the lyrics for that one song. I had like multiple people come up to me and tell me that, like when we were on break, that someone wrote that. It was so funny. It was so funny. But yeah, man, I was eating good. I was so hungry though because I hadn't had lunch and it went for a really long time. So I was there past lunchtime, way late into the night. So I didn't have. So that was my lunch and dinner. But it was a really good time. Wouldn't trade it. Wouldn't trade it for a dinner. Wouldn't trade it for the world. How hungry are you? I was still hungry when I got home, by the way. I was still hungry when I got back to the hotel, but it was so late that I didn't feel like going out and like stopping anywhere to get anything. I was just like, I'm just gonna go to bed and I'm gonna get up and enjoy my free continental hotel breakfast that was really good every day. Wuskis, thanks for the super. I was so concerned that you ate with an open mouth. Thank goodness you don't. No, I don't eat with an open mouth. I don't. I chew very, very closed mouth, very modest, very demure, very cutesy. My model just goes crazy every time. I don't chew with my mouth open. But yeah. But yeah, again, like huge shout out to the EN members for being super friendly and encouraging for me to get up there and sing with them. Remember, yeah, so many people were like, hey, like sing the song. I'll go up and sing with you. You just come sing, you know. So I really appreciate that because it was super fun. It was a big step forward for me as someone who has never done karaoke before this trip. So it was a really good experience and it was a lot of fun doing that with everybody. So I really appreciate the other EN members. Sarah, more snack funds for Yoshi. Thanks for the snack funds. Thank you. I ate really good on that trip. We went to some fancy dinners, man. I didn't plan the dinners. I think part of it was a result of like just trying to get reservations at places that could seat as many people. And it just kind of ended up being like the restaurants that would accommodate that were kind of on the fancier end. But I mean, I'm not complaining. The food was amazing. We had some really cool dinners, some really fun dinners. So dinner, nothing beats dinner with friends. Who has the bougie taste? I don't know, man. Every dinner I'd show up to, I'd be like, oh my God, this place is so fancy. This is so nice. I don't even know. I want to tell you guys about one dinner experience that we had, but I also don't know if I can because I think it's unique enough that like it would give away where we ate. So I'm gonna, unless because you know, I'm the kohai, unless I see one of the senpai telling the story, then maybe I will too, but I don't want to like overstep any boundaries or do anything I shouldn't. Yeah, we had some really crazy upscale dinner experiences that were really cool. Angel paying your credit card funds. Oh, thank you. I need it. Hell, thank you. Oh, the omakase ones. Did someone? We did do an omakase. That one wasn't even the craziest though. That one wasn't even the craziest one. That was cool though. I had always wanted to do that. You know, the omakase where the chefs prepare the sushi in front of you live. And they just like, they make a thing and they just put it on the plate in front of you. I'm 99% sure the first piece that we were served was salmon. And then I have no idea what I ate from that point forward for the rest. I have no idea what everything else was after that. Actually, no. I remember one thing was like sea urchin. One thing was like sea urchin. That's the only thing because I remember everyone else was talking about it. Angel, thank you so much for the super. Thank you. And it's told a bit about the omakase they made us talk about. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. So, yeah, I think the first piece was salmon, and then I legitimately had no idea what I was eating from that point forward. But but it's one of those things where you don't. I never want to waste food, and I never want to be rude. So they put it in front of me, and I put it in my mouth. Yeah, uni. That one was the only one that I had trouble with. Because that was a very interesting texture. It's very creamy, I think is the only way I can think to describe it. Yeah. That one, just when you look at it, you're like, that one's, This one, before I put it in my mouth, I was like, this one's gonna be interesting, I can tell. And then yeah. It's a bit of an acquired taste and texture. Yeah, the taste I think was fine. I think I didn't mind the taste too much, but that texture was a mouthful. So that was the one thing that I kind of struggled to get past, but I still ate it. It's almost like pasty or creamy. Yeah, and it just looks the part too, you know what I mean? Like there's some things that you kind of eat with your eyes before and you're like, I'm in for something. And yeah. Oh yeah, they also did an oyster. And the only thing I've ever had before, I've had like a raw, I don't know if I'm using the right terminology here. It's like raw shucked oyster or whatever. And did not like that the first time I ever had. I've only had that like raw or whatever you call them, shucked oysters one time. I did not like it. So they served us one that was in like a soup, and I was really nervous because I was like, oh no, I did not have a good experience with oysters last time I had an oyster. That one was actually really good. It was much better. I liked it the way it was prepared much better. So I was able to eat that, and it was actually good. I remember Anna saying that she was eating all of Ren's seafood. Oh, was she? That's funny. They were sitting like on the other side of the bar from us, basically. Because there were a lot of us. I was on one side, and they were on the far side, if I remember correctly. So I couldn't really see what they were doing. You love eating canned oysters plain? Whoa, I don't think I could. I the only time I've ever had an oyster before this was the one where you just have to pick it up and you just down the hatch like a shot, and I did not enjoy that. So I was very concerned when that showed up. I was like, no, am I gonna be able to do this? But yeah, I picked it up and I took a bite and it was totally good, so I ate it. And then what else? Yeah, there was like the dessert was cool. The dessert was like a jelly that had like like I guess like pop rock candy in it. Snap crackle poppy candy, and I could feel it in my brain. I like took a bite. I swear I could feel that in my brain, dude. Like the popping, it was crazy. It was funny. The firework candies, yeah. It was cool. So yeah, I was really the omakase was a really cool experience. I was getting very full at the end. I was very concerned that I wasn't going to be able to finish. I think I was the last person probably to finish all the things, because I was just like on the verge of like exploding. But I was like, I don't want to be rude and not eat everything. I'm sure it would have been fine, but I was like, no, I'm gonna finish everything. But it was a lot of. I just remember like when we were like probably honestly when we were about halfway through, I was like, how much more is there gonna be? There can't be too much more, right? And then by the time we were like 3/4 of the way through, I'm like, oh, I really hope he stops making stuff soon, because I'm listen, I can eat a lot, but I'm kind of whoa. And then by the time we were done, like they literally the chef was almost like, are you gonna finish that or should I take it away? And I'm like, no, I'm gonna finish it. I was like, I'll eat it. And then I managed to, but man, it was close. We were cutting it close. But yeah, I can get full. It is a thing. I wish I had been counting, but I'm so bad at taking pictures of food, by the way. You know how there are people, like, I remember when we were in Japan with Clara, she was so good at taking pictures. Like, we just basically just like let her take our food pictures, because like we would take pictures and then she would take pictures, and it was night and day. It was amateur versus professional like quality. So I've always been really bad at taking pictures. Jesse Mon, thanks for the 5 months. Welcome back, Ryoshi. Hope you had the best time on your trip. I'm so proud of you for taking all this. Thank you. I did. So I was trying to remember to take pictures of every single thing, every single piece of sushi, and I probably remembered to take maybe half. So I actually don't know how many pieces we ate. I still have a fair amount of pictures too. It was a lot. But yeah. So that was really fun. When we had another really crazy dinner, that I swear to God was just a fever dream. It was just a fever dream. I don't know how else to describe it. It was dinner and a show. Like, the presentation was wild. It was so cool. It was not what any of us were expecting. Yeah. One of my favorite meals of all time as well. So yeah, there were a lot of cool dinners. I'm glad I got to eat good food with cool people. That was, a really big highlight of that trip for me. What else did we do? I'm so mad at myself because so I didn't plan, because again, like I said, this was like literally my first time as a grown adult traveling by myself, like doing everything myself, like booking my own flight, booking my own hotel. God, I had that like anxiety the entire time where I was like, because I booked a hotel on like a Japanese website, and I'm like, I have no idea. I stressed for so long, guys, about the time conversion. I was like, I don't understand. Am I gonna book this correctly? So that like, am I doing this the right way? Am I gonna show up and is it gonna be like I booked it for the next day and I will have nowhere to stay on the first night? Or did I book like one day too early so that I'm showing up a day late and like, am I overpaying or whatever? Like, I was so stressed. It was so confusing. I was like, I don't know what to do. So I was just anxious the entire time leading up to the trip, including on the plane, because I'm like, am I gonna land and just not have a place to stay tonight? Thankfully I got it right and it was fine, but I was so worried for so long. But anyway, I'm so mad at myself because I got there and then I remembered once I was there, I was like, oh my God, you can rent cars. Because I'm a huge car guy, huge car enthusiast. And I was like, and Japan is like the motherland for car enthusiasts, honestly. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot that you can rent really cool cars here. And that was something I wanted to do last time we were here, but we didn't have time. So I went and looked it up. And I didn't realize that you have to have like a permit. You need to apply for like an international driver's permit or something. Something like that beforehand. And I didn't, because I didn't like plan anything ahead of time. I wasn't like, I'm going to get there and on this day I'm going to go rent a car and drive around like this place. you know, I didn't plan anything concrete like that. I basically was just, my whole thing was I just showed up for a week and was like, if anyone's around and will let me join in on them for dinner plans or hangouts, I'm going to tag along and people will let me. If people don't, I'm just going to walk around and go shopping and get lost. But I got there and I was like, wait, I could just drive a car. I could just rent a car for myself and have a cool ass car and drive around. But yeah, I couldn't rent one. I was so excited for a second and was so disappointed in the next. So next time I'll remember, you have to apply at least like a couple weeks in advance because it like I think you physically have to get mailed the thing. And so you have to apply for it, then they have to mail it to you, and then you have to use it within like, I think 3 months of getting it or whatever. So basically I'm going to do it like a month ahead of time next time before I go. I'll try to remember to apply. So that I will be able to show up and rent a car. Yeah. And there's some really cool ones. There's like, there's some different things where you can rent things like Skylines. You can rent things like FDR7s. You can rent a Lamborghini. Like there's a bunch of cool things. Bunch of cool cars. And I'm like, oh, hell yeah. And you can even pay a little bit extra and have like a passenger. So I don't know if I'm there and someone wants to come along and trust me enough to drive them, then I will gladly, go sightseeing with somebody. I've never driven a right-hand drive before. No, I have not driven a right-hand drive car before, but I don't know. I don't think it can be that hard. It's more about shifting left hand or right hand drive because you shift with your left hand instead of your right hand if they're manual transmissions. And I don't know if the rental cars are manual or not. I have to imagine that they're not. I just can't imagine like a cool rental car experience where you can rent like cool tuner cars. Obviously the desire would be for it to be manual, but I have to imagine that's like really risky for them. Even just in terms of like maintenance for the cars, because people are going to burn out clutches really badly. I have to imagine they're automatic, unfortunately. If they are manual, they'd be great, because I've always wanted to try driving a right-hand drive car in manual transmission and see how it is shifting the other way. But the pattern is still the same. Like you still start, like first is still going to be on the top left. It's not any different. It's just you're shifting with a different hand sitting on the other side. Yeah, I can drive stick shift. Yeah. Toyota's actually selling parts to old Corollas like the E8. Yeah. Toyota's doing that really cool thing. They kind of like have those like sort of heritage style programs. Nissan does similar things where they will basically rebuild your Skyline for you. So anyway, that's something I'm going to do next time. Hopefully is we'll dump the few $100 into like renting a car. So looking forward to that, and then maybe I'll kidnap someone else to come along with me. If anybody's up for it. So that'd be super cool. Yeah, I didn't have any plans. I didn't plan anything ahead of time. I kind of had an inkling of like, maybe I'll just hop on a train and go somewhere else. And I came really close to doing it. I actually was going to do it. But what ended up happening was I woke up that morning and it was just pouring down rain. And I was like, never mind. I don't want to go jump on a train somewhere for like an hour or two and then show up at a cool sightseeing place, but then have to walk around in the rain by myself for the entire time. It would still be cool to go sightseeing, but I just don't want to. That sounds like less fun. So then I didn't. But it ended up working out okay because then people became available. Originally, like, I thought that day I was just going to be on my own. And it actually worked out because people were free after all, and then I was able to go hang out. So it worked out perfectly. But otherwise, I would have gone off on my own and just hopped on a train and gone sightseeing. So probably next time. I think next time what I'll do is I will actually plan ahead of time. So, but I just got to learn how to plan. See you, Cygnus. Thanks for dropping by. Get Millie to drive. You know what? Yeah. Millie has already passed my driving school, so in my eyes, she's qualified. She's got that. So yeah, I'll actually plan a day trip next time. We'll see. But I'm really proud of myself for the fact that I was actually feeling confident enough that I could figure out how to like navigate on my own by myself. with the train system, because God, their trains are really confusing. I had a moment. There was a moment one night. I was like walking around on my own, taking trains between different things, and I was gonna tweet. I literally was gonna pull my phone out of my pocket and tweet that I was like really proud of myself. Like, I was really proud of myself for just doing a good job of navigating the subways and not getting lost, and like having the confidence to go forth and do that by myself. Because before, you know, we had help with like Staff's on, and before I was there with like Twisty and Clara to help me out. This time I was just completely on my own. People would be like, hey, we're here, and I'd be like, okay, I'll be there. And I'm someone who's never used public transportation, by the way, growing up. Like, when I was a kid, like, I didn't have public, like I was driven to school by my parents, or I drove myself to school. And so I've driven myself places like my entire life. I've never used public transportation. I find public transportation terrifying. The thought of getting on something and potentially getting on something going completely the wrong way or whatever just was horrifying for me. And like the Japanese subways are crazy. I still don't know how to read the maps that they have in the station. I don't even know why they're there. Like, what's the point? They are like, they might as well be written in math for me. Like, they have so many lines and so many numbers and so many things. I'm just like, I don't know how, even if you are proficient in this, I still don't think that people even understand what they're looking at to this day. They're crazy looking maps. I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know how anybody knows what they're looking at. So much of it was just like, I would just be like, I'm just gonna send it. I'm just gonna send it. I'm gonna get on this thing, and I'm gonna have my Google Maps thing open. And if my dot starts going the correct direction, then I know I've done it right. And if I'm going in the wrong direction, then I know I've messed up. But I'm just gonna send it. And luckily, pretty much every single time it was the right one. I actually don't think I got on the wrong one at all, except for one time. And it was that one night when I was gonna tweet. I had been doing good all day. I'd been navigating around, linking up with people, and like, I was on my way to something else, and I was feeling so proud of myself. I was so proud of myself because like I had been there a couple days now, and I've been doing this, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, actually, like, I still don't really know what I'm doing. I'm honestly just getting lucky, but I think there's a little bit of luck, or I mean, a little bit of skill here at least. So I was gonna tweet it out, and this one train that I was on said, you're gonna get on this train, and it's gonna reach this stop, and you're gonna stay on the train, and then it's gonna continue to the next point. So I was like, okay, cool. Haven't had that happen before, but it says stay on board, so I'll just do that. So on the train, stops at the station, and is there for a while. And a bunch of people, like, everybody got off, but like, there was another person, and this was so unlucky because there was another person in the same car as me, a little bit like down and across the aisle, and they stayed too. And then like right when the doors opened, someone else had gotten on. So it looked like two people had stayed basically. So I was like, okay, well, these people are staying. So like, obviously, like, they must be going the same place that I am. So staying is obviously the correct move. Everybody else just happened to have this stop. It was late too, so it wasn't like super busy. And we're there for like 5 minutes. And the guy on the PA system is like saying things, but I'm not fluent in Japanese by any stretch. And of course, when they talk over the PA, they talk really fast, and they kind of mumble. So, and I'm just like, I don't know what this guy's saying, but I'm sure he's just saying, we'll get started momentarily or whatever. So then eventually the doors close, and it does a little thing as the train starts to move and pull away. And I'm like, this train is going the same. We're going back the way we just came from. I'm like pretty sure. Like, I'm pretty sure we were going that way, and then now I'm pretty sure we're going back the other way. And I pull out my phone, and yeah, sure enough, my dot on Google Maps is going back the opposite direction. So I'm like, oh no, like, I guess I was supposed to get off at that station and like transfer to a different train. But the thing on my phone said to stay on board, so I stayed on board. And if only I could have spoken Japanese, I probably could have understood the guy over the PA, like probably saying like, this train is now going back. This is the end of the line for this direction. And I don't know why the other people stayed on the train that had gotten on that also stayed. That confused me. It was just a perfect storm of things that just like, I wasn't sure what to do. And I was like confident enough from the rest of the day's travels that like I'm still pretty sure I'm doing the right thing. And those people, there's no way these people sitting on the train have got this wrong too. Anyway, so it went backwards, which wasn't helpful because I was trying to meet up with people for it was of course people were at karaoke, so I was trying to go meet up with people at karaoke because they're karaoke fiends, and they were like, yeah, we're only here until this time, you know, like, you know, we've only booked it for, you know, 2.5 hours or whatever, so it's ending at this time, and at this point I'm already running late, and so the train goes backwards a whole stop. So then I get off and I'm like, well, I have no idea how to go the way I'm supposed to go now, and I'm running late. So at this point I'm just like, okay, you know what? I'll just get off the train and I'll just get a cab. I'll just get an Uber. So I'm like, yeah, this is perfect. You know what? Whatever. It's fine. It'll cost more money, but at least they're pretty fast and I'll get there in time, so I won't miss the whole entire thing. So I get out of the station and I get out of the station to order a cab. It's freaking pouring down rain. Just pouring down rain. I did not bring my little portable umbrella. I just like had it in. I brought 2 bags with me, like 2 bags for walking around town bags. Like I had my messenger bags. I brought my like leather messenger bag, which did work this trip, by the way. And then I had a corduroy like hobo bag, and it was in my other bag. I had my leather messenger bag with me, and it was in my corduroy bag back in the hotel, and I just like didn't think to put it in there. I just totally forgot about it. So of course it's pouring down rain. I don't have an umbrella. I'm trying to order this Uber. I don't know how to use the Japanese taxis that are hanging around, so I was too scared to try to do that. But so I've got my phone out and I'm like, I can't call an Uber. Like the one place I got out, like the one stop I got out at for whatever reason. I mean, I'm sure they're all over the city like this, but it was just like, it was kind of like, I think it was an area where it was like reserved for taxis or something. And it was like, it wouldn't let me place a pin to get picked up. It was like, you have to walk a certain, like over to this area or this area or this area or this area to go get picked up by an Uber. So I'm like, great. So it's pouring down rain. I don't know how to take the train from the train station to where I need to go. I wanted to just get an Uber because I'm going to be late anyway. Like if I wait for a train and try to figure that out, I'm definitely going to miss the thing. So I'm just walking in the pouring down rain until I finally reach a point where it lets me like place a pickup. And I'm just like standing in like a under like an awning of like a shop on the edge of the street. Like I've got like 2 feet of like cover from the rain and just waiting for my thing. Oh man. And then, yeah, I showed up. There was like 15 minutes left on the time, but we ended up staying. Like they just paid for like, you know, you can just extend your stay at the thing. And so, yeah, we just kept hanging out. We just extended it and we just hung out some more. But that was a whole experience. And the irony again was like, I was literally going to pull out my phone and tweet like, man, I don't remember what I was going to tweet exactly, but I'm sure it was going to be something along the lines of like, man, there's just something so satisfying about being able to navigate the subways and public transportation on your own. Like, I'm doing so good. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're an idiot. You got lost on the subway and just got hit with all of the instant karma. That was brutal. That was a brutal night. I did take one cab. Alira helped me. She got a cab for me. I just remember getting in the cab and then she was like talking to the driver and like, oh yeah, she's like, what's the address? So I gave her the address and then she was like reading it off and she like told it to him in Japanese. And I was like, oh my God, you're so cool. And then I remember being in the cab the whole time. I'm like, oh God, I hope that he takes card because I don't have any cash on me right now. I just gave my cash to like pay for the karaoke. Thankfully they did take credit card. So that was my only actual like taxi cab experience. I don't understand how their addresses are. I do not yet possess the skills to get into like flag a Japanese taxi cab and like tell them the address. I could probably like show them on a phone or something, but that's a hurdle for next time. You know, I took a lot of baby steps and did a lot of things that were out of my comfort zone this time. That's for next time. Next time we'll continue leveling up. But I did a lot of things on my own this trip. I remember when I first showed up, I remember the end of the last time, I was so nervous about, just talking with people, you know, like in konbinis or whatever, like anything. Because we had Clara, and Clara is like fluent in Japanese, so Clara just did everything for us. But I remember I was really like, man, I want to be able to do that stuff on my own too. So if I'm ever here again, I want to make sure that I push myself to try to have my own interactions. And I remember when I showed up, there were, I think it started on the plane actually. But yeah, I was just so nervous. I'm just so self-conscious about my pronunciation of things. My pronunciation is really bad. And I was so nervous about that. But, you know, as my stay progressed, I did better at like trying to speak up and actually like and all it really truly was just like very basic interactions at like shops, right? Like them asking if I would like a bag, and so like at this point I understood when they're asking for a bag, I I'd say hi, like onegaishimasu or whatever, or daijoubu desu if I didn't need one. Paying with credit cards, like cardo de onegaishimasu. So paying with card versus like cash. So I was doing all those little sort of like little interactions. It's very, very basic stuff, but I was very proud of myself for being able to do it on my own. So that was nice. What else? Oh man, I went, one of the days I was out shopping, like my last day, I just was, I had time to kill before the airport. So I went to, like this sort of shopping area, and there was like a clerk that saw that I was looking at something. It was this cool sort of coach's jacket. I think it was like a Formula One themed one. Sorry, I need more tea. And he came up to me and he was very aggressive. He was very like trying to sell me on it. He was like, here's the price. But he pulled out his phone. He's like, here's the price. And then he was like, but just for you, I'll do this. And he like knocked off like 2,000 yen. And I was like, okay, this is way more expensive than I'm willing to pay for this. So I was telling him, I was having this interaction. I was like, and he was like he was like, name your price. He was like, type it in, like name your price. I was like, no. But I was able to refuse. I was able to politely refuse, and get out of that. So I was pretty proud of that too, because I was like, oh my God, this guy's like really laying it on. Like I was like, I know what's happening here though. I could understand how this could work, but I'm good, bro. That's way too expensive. So that was fun. I found one thing I really wanted to get were there are these like very cool heavyweight t-shirts, white t-shirts. I think they're made in Japan, I'm pretty sure. They're like a special, like they're made with like a special like loop wheel construction or whatever. I don't know. Basically, they're really fancy plain white t-shirts that I've been really wanting. White heavyweight t-shirts, and normally, if you buy them in the States, you're gonna pay the tax of like they're popular, they're trendy, they have to be imported. But if you can buy them in Japan, you can get them for really cheap, and I was able to get them. So I was able to find those, and I was really excited because also they're really hard because they're really popular. So apparently they're usually sold out, but I managed to go and get them in my size. So I bought 2 packs. I bought one in my size and one size up, just in case, because they shrink. So I haven't shrunk them yet. I haven't washed them yet, so we'll see how they fit. We'll see which one fits better. But it was great because they come in 2 packs, and they were only like 40 or 50 US after the conversion. So I was very, very happy because that was like one of the few things that I had on my like really want to get while I'm there wish list. And I was able to get it. Yeah. Did you ever get to use the public bath of the Nijisanji EN members? No, I did not. I did not. I think that was a different day. I think that was after I left or before I got there. I can't remember. So no, I did not. But yeah, I managed to find that item, which was high on my wish list. So yeah, I dragged Aya around with me for a little bit. She went thrift shopping with me, which is a lot of fun. You know, we had the equivalent friendship exchange of she taught me all about Warhammer, which is really cool. That was a lot of fun getting my Warhammer crash course in person. And then we went thrift shopping afterwards. And God, we found such a good place. It was such a good place that I went back to it on my last day again too by myself. It was so cheap. It was so inexpensive, and it was like really good finds. I got like a handful of things. I packed my extra large suitcase with the clothes that I wanted to bring. And then I was like, I'm just going to bring my carry-on because, you know, maybe I'll just like, I won't check the bag. Maybe I'll just carry it on the plane or whatever, just to convenience. Because I have like a small, medium, and large one. So I brought my large one. I should have brought the medium one. I just didn't anticipate to find as much stuff. Like I literally could have spent the entire day in that one store and bought so many things. But because I only brought my little small carry-on as my thing to bring things back with, I had to be very conscientious of like how little space I had, and it was packed. Like my stuff was full on the way home. So next time I go, I will know to bring my bigger suitcases for taking stuff home, and I will also bring less because I literally could just go to that store and just buy multiple outfits from it. I brought way too much. I always overpack. Actually, I underpacked in the sense that like it was way hotter than I was expecting, than I think any of us were expecting. So I had a bunch of really heavy things that I just didn't even get to wear. So it was kind of a mess in that regard, but yeah. But it was so much fun. It was such a good store that I went back again. I went back to the same store because it was so good, and bought more stuff on my last day. I found a really cool, like, I found a really cool 3-button sport coat with peak lapels on it, which I don't have. I don't have any. I have a couple sport coats that I got before the trip, but I didn't have one that was a 3-button, and I didn't have one with peak lapels. So I saw that and I was like, hey, it was 200 yen, and I was like, this thing's freaking cool. I don't even know the brand on the inside label. It says Scoop Man. I don't know what that is or what that means, but all I know is I found it was 200 yen. It was cool. It was gray. I've been wanting a gray sport coat. It was like a gray herringbone, peak lapel, 3-button, perfect. And it said Scoop Man on the inside. I was like, oh hell yeah, this is sick. It is so cool. So I bought that. That was a really fun find. Oh man, I'm so mad. It was really busy that day that I went too. It wasn't busy when I went there with Aya, but it was really busy when I went back. And there was a vest. There were these vests, and I'm like, oh, I have my like sweater vests, but these are more like kind of like outdoorsy, sort of fall wintery vests, and I don't have anything like that. And there was this one vest. It was like, it had like a Sherpa lining. It was sort of this weird, like light sage green color. And I can't remember. I think the outside was sort of like a canvasy material. And it was just a sort of like outdoorsy kind of looking vest. And it was so cool. And I was looking at it, and I realized it was a cash only place. And I realized that I only had a 1,000 yen bill in my wallet and like maybe a 500 yen coin. So I was like, I don't have very much that I'm working with. Like I have to be really, I've already got this cool jacket for 200 yen. I had a couple ties that were about 100 yen each. So I was like around 400 yen at that point. And I'm like, I don't know what this is going to add up to after taxes. So I was just trying to be careful. And I think this thing was like 1,000 yen. It was like 800 or 1,000 yen or something. It basically was like going to put me like at or over what I had. So I was like, oh dude, I just don't know if I can get it. I'm going to think about it. So I put it back on the rack, and I went around the whole rest of the shop. looking at a bunch of different things, and I was like, you know what? I can't really find anything that I think I want more than that. I'm gonna go back and grab that. And I went back to the rack, and I couldn't find it. I was like, oh man, it was like right here. I couldn't find it. And then I saw an older gentleman, and he had it in his hand, and he was walking around with it, and I was like, no, damn it. I should have just carried it with me this whole time. That older gentleman sniped it. I was like, dang it. I ended up really wanting it at the end. It was gone. that was my one big regret. That OG-san had good taste though. Gotta tip my hand to him. He knows, you know, he knows style when he sees it. He had good taste. Yeah, grandpa versus grandpa. Yeah. I was like, dang it. All right, man, you win. You win. That one's yours. I made the mistake of putting it back. That one's yours, sir. It was a cool one. I definitely think about that one. I'm like, dang, that one got away. I should have held on to that one. That one was good. I would have had to probably put something else back, but I think it probably would have been worth it. Oh well, it's fine. You win some, you lose some. But it's cool because I definitely gonna go back to that place whenever I'm back there. That was fun. Yeah, hurts every time, man. I'm gonna be thinking about that one, but it's fine. You know, in the end, it was between that and like another cardigan. So I just went with the cardigan. Yeah, can't have too many cardigans this season. So it's fine. And you know, it's fine because it was a cardigan. I always talk about, I really like my beige pieces. So it was like a cream colored cardigan, and I didn't even realize it until I got home because I couldn't see it in the lighting in the shop. But it actually has some sort of like almost like cable knit details on it too, which I love cable knit. And it's like, it's in a couple different places very subtly. And I was like, oh, cool. I didn't even realize when I was buying. So, you know, it's fine. It worked out. I'm happy with it. So yeah, I did some good shopping while I was there. I got some cool things that I really wanted. And some things I didn't even know I was going to pick up. Next time I go back, I'm literally going to pack way lighter because I'm just going to pack light and just head straight to that place and then just dress myself. The other nice thing too is like a lot of the things were like, everything was so cheap. It was just so inexpensive. It was so inexpensive and they were really cool. A lot of cool pieces. So I learned my lesson. It was a bummer that it was really hot when I was there because I brought all my cool fall outfits that look really good layered together. And then I was just like, I'm dying. I'm like, I can't wear this stuff. I literally am just going to walk around in a t-shirt. I would bring my like sweater with me, but not really be able to put it on a lot of the time. Especially in the subways. The subways are so hot. Oh my God. It could be like freezing outside and you walk into a subway and it just is like, it's just like a volcano inside of them. And then there's that moment of sweet relief whenever a train is coming down the tunnel and it just pushes all the air, so you just get blasted by like moving air and you're like, oh my God, it's so nice. And then you get on the subway, onto the train, and then you're dying again. You're just overheating. So yeah. All right, what else? I don't know. What else do you guys want to know? What do you guys want to know about my trip? I've regaled you with my tales of what I ate and what I shopped for. What else do people like to know? I'm taking questions from the audience now. Ow, I just hit my lip with my water bottle. Ow. Owie. First impressions, any car spotting, any nice part? Oh, these are all good questions. Okay, car spotting. I was not able to do as much car spotting as I wanted to. I only have a very small handful of pics that I share with people. But I did see a couple. There was a really cool, for my car friends, there was a cool FDRX7 with a Amamiya kit on it. And I also got to see an R34 GTR. Love those. Any nice parks? Yeah, I got lost in the city. One day, I came back from my nice continental breakfast in the hotel, and they were already starting to clean my room, which I thought I had about half an hour until they actually started. But they were just in my room already. I was like, oh shoot, okay. So I was like, sumimasen, and I went in and grabbed my bag, grabbed my wallet, and ran to the konbini across the street, and like just bought some drinks, bought some snacks, and just went on a walk. I was like, you know what? This is fine. It's great weather this morning. I'm just gonna go on a walk and get lost in the city. You know, something I said I would do, and I'm gonna do it. So I did. And I just walked around, and I just happened to find a park. And I never realized, I've always thought, it's always funny because I've always, you know, seen like things of like parks and cities. I remember playing like, you know, Sim City or whatever growing up and be like, why would I put a park in a city? Why would you waste that space? You already have all this real estate that you're using for like businesses and apartments and whatever. Like, why waste the space for a park? And then I found a park, and I was like, this is fantastic. This is great. I love this. I love this random park in the middle of the city. This is so nice because I can just come here and sit and eat my snacks and drink my thing and just like watch, you know, and just enjoy some grass, you know. It was great. So that was cool. So yeah, I did find a park. There was another thing that was a much bigger, more popular park too that I went to. That one I planned. That one was like kind of like part of the thing where I was like, before I was meeting up with people, I was like, I've got time to kill, so I'm gonna go before people are ready. I'm gonna go find this park and sit in it. So that was another one too. That was really cool. So yeah, I found that. I did a little bit of wandering, got a little bit lost, found a park. That was cool. Yeah. Did you and Vox get some quality time with your son Claude? Yeah. Yeah, from like during the off-collab. Did you like, what did you guys think of the seating arrangements for the off-collab? I thought that was so funny. I thought that was so funny that we had the Terasanji row at the bottom. With it was Vox, Claude, myself, and Maria. The Terasanji row at the bottom for off-collab was so funny. I was like, because I didn't realize that Alira had made the seating arrangements at first. I didn't know that. So I was sitting there and I was like, hold up. Because I was looking, because we had a monitor in front of us that showed the stream. So I was like sitting there and I was looking at the monitor and I'm like, and I was like, I like looked to my left and my right. I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. Like, did they do this on purpose? Like, or was this coincidence? Like, there's like, hey, I remember, I think I leaned over to Maria, who was sitting next to me, and I was like, you know, I just realized that it's like Vox and Claude and me and you. And she was like, yeah. I was like, I didn't realize. She was like, yeah, Alira made these seating arrangements. She did that on purpose. And I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was like a crazy coincidence. I was like, that's so funny. So that was I had a good laugh. That was really funny. She yowied the seats is crazy. Yeah. So that was really funny. And then I saw the meme on Twitter that showed like, it was like the, what was it, like the 4 genders or whatever, and it showed like the seating arrangement. It's so funny. So that was really good. Yeah. I enjoyed that. So yeah, we had some bonding time with Claude, with our son. I'm pretty sure there was a moment where we did I think we said the lines. I think Vox and I literally said the lines during the stream. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure there's a moment where he goes like, he's my son. And then I go, no, he's my son, or something like that. I don't know. It's probably in the VOD somewhere. Someone will know. I think we literally did the lines though at one point, which was really funny. So yes, we did have some, we did have some quality time with our boy Clarky. Yeah. He's our son. Yeah. Let's see what else. How was meeting everyone? So good. Everyone's super friendly. Like I said, I made a tweet, but like seriously, your Oshis, I can't stress this enough. They're all incredibly wonderful people, who I feel very privileged to even exist in the same timeline as them, and to know they are all incredibly wonderful, very hardworking people, and so creative. I really look up to everyone, because again, I really don't consider myself like that creatively minded of a person. I'm just here to yap and play video games, And then you've got people who are doing like incredibly cool projects where I don't even know how you guys think of this kind of stuff, but it's so cool. And they're doing that for you. They're doing that for you guys. And also for themselves to pursue their passions as creators. But everybody is so hardworking and so, you know, I really don't like to throw the word talents around because you know, I think oftentimes talent gets mistaken. Like it's really, really hard work that gets mistaken for being talented. So I don't want to use the word talented to like take away from people, but I do genuinely believe that these people are like God's favorite. Like everybody is so talented, man. And incredibly skilled. Like everybody works incredibly hard to hone their skills. And it's very plain to see when you get to see them in action. But yeah, they're really, really wonderful people. So yeah, like I said in my tweet, like just be really proud to know them and to support them. Please continue doing so. I guarantee you they're really awesome people. And it was really lovely getting to meet them. And I'm really glad that I made this trip to have that chance to meet them in person. It was really cool. Did you have trouble wearing your loafers while walking a lot? Yeah, I couldn't wear my loafers. I wore my loafers a couple days, but I had to wear my chunky dad sneakers the rest of the trip because I had a blister on my toe, unfortunately. How many Nijisanji EN members did you meet for the first time? Freaking, I mean, what, there were 17 of us, right, on the off-collab? So, like, all those people. I think that was, I think that was the extent of everybody. I don't think I met anybody else outside of who was there for the off-collab, if I remember correctly. Yeah, it was a lot. It was like, that's like half the branch of EN. Like, I met like half the branch. It was a lot. It was a lot. But so cool. So cool. First impressions of people. I mean, dude, I don't even know. How do I explain? Like everybody. Oh yeah, Scarlett was there. Yeah, Scarlett was there too. Yeah, Scarlett was there behind the scenes. It was really funny because she was there in the studio with us and she was there with staffs on behind like this glass window thing. And we would just look over and you'd see her just like waving and like dancing along with everybody. So it was really cool. Yeah, Scarlett is awesome. I wish I could have gotten to talk to her even more than I did. Lisa, thank you for the 3 months. I'm so happy you got to make such good memories during this trip. Welcome home. I bet the cats are glad to have you back home. Okay, love you. Bye. Thank you for the 3 months. Yeah, it's good to be home. It's good to be back with the cats. With the cats. But yeah, man, first impressions. I mean, God, dude, everyone is so friendly. Again, the thing that like really stuck with me and blew me away every single time was how good everyone's voices are in person. Like, oh my God. Cause like one of the first, so like I met with Claude and Finana, and like the first night, who did I meet? I met Claude, Finana, Alira, Maria, Aya, Scarla, Ike. Yeah, I met all of them on the first night. So that was the bunch that I met the first day. And I don't know, man. Like everybody is like themselves, which is really cool. You know, everybody's themselves. It's so cool. How was it finally meeting your Ren dad? Ren's awesome. Yeah, Ren's great. It was fun. And then I met everybody else like pretty much like over the course of the next day or two. Aster and Leo, no, I didn't meet those guys. I didn't get to meet them. No, I wasn't able to meet those dudes, unfortunately. But yeah, I like genuinely, everybody is so wonderful and they are just themselves, which is really cool. Because you know, sometimes like I would say that I would say that I feel like people are mostly just who I expected them to be, if that makes sense. Did I get Oni-chan and a hug from Sunny Briscoe? Yep, I did get a hug from Sunny, and yes, he gives incredible bear hugs. Very impressed. Like I aspire to have that level of hug, but that feels like a skill that has been honed over 1,000 years. Like I'm 1,000 years too early. I can never match the level of hug that Sunny Briscoe gives, honestly. Like, oh my God, dude. Dang. Some good hugs, bro. Sheesh. No, everybody was awesome, man. No, I didn't get to meet Petra or Kotica. No, I didn't. Ah, darn, you're right. Yeah, I didn't get to meet them either, which is unfortunate. Who knows? Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future. But yeah, I remember, you know, Wilson is as friendly as ever and always trying to get people to do things and get involved, which I really love and appreciate about that dude. How was it hanging out with Aya? Same brain. I freaking love Aya. The Liberty duo in person is too powerful, quite frankly. Yeah, we share the same brain cell, which is always really fun and entertaining. So I absolutely adore Aya, and I really had fun hanging out with her. That was a blast. Yeah, man, I had fun hanging with everybody. I had fun hanging out with everybody. Everybody's so cool. Y'all were freedom maxing. Yes, sir. We were Liberty freedom maxing. Yeah, she taught me all about Warhammer, which was super fun. So I'm excited. We're gonna stream Space Marine 2 this coming weekend. Just because I have the Warhammer brain, the Warhammer brain worms now, you know. Who was best dressed? A lot of people were really well dressed, man. I can't really I can't really like do specifics. You know, there's sorry if I know you guys want to hear a lot about more specifics of people, but I request your understanding and realizing that, like, I'm trying not to say too much because there's a lot of stuff where it's like I can't really say, you know, like I can't say like particular like specifics about the way people look or dress or like quirks that they might have or behaviors or whatever, just because, you know, we do still have to be safe and like protect our privacy and certain things. But yeah, everybody was really well dressed as well. I really liked seeing people's styles. Yeah, some people had some really cool fits. I was always really impressed. People were wearing cool clothes. Yeah. It's fun seeing other people's styles and stuff, and people have cool tastes. I like that a lot. Please describe everyone's fingerprints. Yeah, let me pull up my MS Paint. And I will draw you some detailed fingerprint graphs. I got you. Oh man. But yeah, I can't stress enough, guys. Like you're like the people that you love in Niji EN are wonderful people, like really fantastic, really cool. So please keep supporting them. They're working hard, to improve themselves and develop themselves and keep you guys like always fed, always entertained. I mean, come on. Has Niji EN been cooking or not? I mean, like, sheesh. Things have been so fun. There's been so much cool content that people have been doing, and you know, it's just only going to continue to get better. So thank you for the support. Please keep supporting. Please keep supporting everybody. Describe them in 2434 fashion street themes. Yeah. Bow. You guys never stop cooking. Yeah. Jinx, thanks for the super. Don't sell yourself short. You're part of the people we support, and we always love seeing you. You're just as much part of the branches. Oh, thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, that was another thing. Oh, thank you. That reminds me. Yeah, that was another thing. Is I really was hoping that by doing this trip, I would myself get a chance to feel you know, a little more a part of things and get a little closer to people, because there's something like these are people that I interact with, you know, offline, or I mean, yeah, yeah, offline or online, I guess, whatever, through like Discord and stuff, you know, and streams. But there is something to be said that's completely different about getting to spend time with people in person, but faces to names and voices, like faces to voices and things like that. And so that was one thing that that by going on this trip and like kind of going out of my comfort zone and stuff, that I was really hoping that I would get to like feel a little bit more part of the group and kind of get closer to people. And 100% I feel like mission accomplished. You know, like they welcomed me with open arms and were super patient and super welcoming, and you know, like gave me the little nudges to participate in the group things and invited me to things, and I appreciate them all so much. And I it was such a good experience where you know, I'm really motivated. You know, I came back really motivated, like seeing how awesome people are and how creative people are, just to come back and keep working hard, and feel a little bit more part of the group. And that was what I was hoping for. And so I'm really happy that I get to feel that way. Squirtle, thanks for the Memby. Welcome back. Thank you. Meeting so many people was so brave of you. Yeah, and like I said, like I like so many other content creators, like I'm an introverted person. Like on that scale, I'm definitely way more introverted, and shy and socially awkward. And I do the things where I will lay awake at night thinking about social interactions like months after they happen. Like, man, was I weird there? Was I annoying there? Those kind of things. So going out and like having social interactions like this kind of thing is always very like anxiety inducing for someone like me. But these people are so wonderful and welcoming that just, you know, wasn't one of those things at the forefront of my mind. You know, I was just there and I was part of the group and I was existing and vibing and it was fun. And I would love to, and next time, you know, it'll be even better. If I get the chance to meet up with them again, you know, it'll be even better. I'll be able to be more, I'll push myself to be even more talkative and more social. Yeah, it was a really wonderful experience. I'm really glad I made the trip. I'm glad I didn't chicken out. I waited quite a while to you know, I ended up paying more, you know, because that's my fault, because I waited too long to book my flight and to book my hotel because I was just like so anxious about it. Like, I don't know, like, you know, like is it gonna be weird? Are people gonna, you know, let me hang out with them? Like, I'm just the new guy, you know? Because here's the thing: is like the EN is it feels very established right now. It feels like a very tight knit family in a lot of ways. People have been through a lot together, and showing up as the new kid on the block, so to speak, can feel really tough, you know, because I've come in after a lot of stuff has happened that's kind of really solidified the group, I think. So I'm really grateful that they kind of welcomed me in and allowed me to feel part of the group too. That was really something that I was hoping would happen and would have been really happy to have gotten out of this trip. And that's exactly what happened. So I'm super grateful for that. Sarah, thank you for the 5 months. Welcome back, Ryoshi. Thank you for the fun stories. Happy to hear you had a nice time. Stepped out of your comfort zone. Proud of you. Thank you. So yeah. So it was a big step forward for me. And again, I just really appreciate the EN members for being open and being so friendly and warm and welcoming and letting me tag along and you know, and participate in things like like dinners and karaoke and everything. It was really cool, man. And I feel closer to the group as a result of it. And I'm really excited about that. I'm really thankful for that. So here's to, you know, continuing to get to know people better and continuing to do more things with the branch. I am excited. I'm excited for the future. This was a really good trip. It was a good trip, and it was a needed trip for me. It was a needed break. Squirrel, thank you so much for 5 gifted. Thank you. Thanks for sharing those with the community. Let's go. It was a much needed break too. The thing is that, man, being a content creator is really hard. I'm sure you've heard this spiel before from content creators, but it's really hard when you're a streamer, when you're a content creator, to take time off. It's something that every single, like, guaranteed, like, things that are guaranteed in life are what, like death and taxes, and the fact that like your favorite content creators absolutely fear the concept of taking time off because content creation is such a momentum based thing, or it at least feels that way, where it feels as though if you even take a few days off, you're going to fall behind. You're going to fall behind other people. You're going to fall behind on trends. You're going to fall behind on so many things. It's a unique kind of career in the sense that it truly is sort of a always online, always working kind of thing. And the thought of taking any amount of time off, especially a week feels like a massive amount of time off to take away from content creation, is incredibly daunting and scary. Trust me. Even if it's not something you might find relatable, you probably have noticed that is a pretty common thread between like all streamers. So trust me, it's something that we all struggle with, and it's very scary to do. Vivid Zephyr, welcome back. We missed you a lot, but it's really great that you had fun. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, it's such a good time. Yeah, many livers shared their anxiety on the subject. Yeah, it's very competitive too. Yeah. So, man. So just being like, I'm gonna go away for a week and not stream was really scary. So thanks for being here to welcome me back. I really appreciate you guys. I missed you. I was looking forward to it, and I needed this is the first time really in doing content creation in my entire life that like I've kind of really taken like a week off just for myself. So yeah, this was, like I said, this was a trip of many firsts for me in many different ways, in many small ways and some big ways. And I'm just really grateful that I was able to do it. I'm really, really happy. But now I'm back here, and it's time to get back to the grindstone. I think you've seen I put a bunch of waiting rooms up for the rest of this week. And I'm back, and I'm excited to and motivated to make some content. Yay! Always here to welcome you back. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. I wanted the stream yesterday. There's just no way. There's just no way. I wanted to, because we still need to do Rio Mondays. We still have a bunch of marshmallows to finish off from Rio Mondays, right? So I was like, maybe I can do Rio Mondays. There's no way. Absolutely no way. I was dead yesterday. I was in bed all day. I got back, slept the entire day, slept all day yesterday. I'm really tired still right now. So once this is done, I'm going to go pass out again, and just keep sleeping off the jet lag. That's the plan. That's the plan. Collab week again. Yeah. Another week of collabs. So tomorrow I wanted to do the Apex 100 kill challenge, but like I never got around to it. But it's something I've been wanting to do for a hot minute now. So we're gonna do that tomorrow because I miss Apex. It's probably a terrible idea. Of all the times that I could pick to do a 100 kill challenge, it's gonna be the worst time. Because A, I'm gonna be rusty because I haven't played Apex in over a week. And B, it's the season 23 overpowered support character res meta where it's impossible to kill people. So I don't know what I'm doing. It's gonna be horrible. I'm probably gonna lose my mind. I'm not. It's gonna take the whole idea is to see how fast you can speed run to 100 kills is the challenge, right? I don't know how it's gonna go because the meta right now is like it's like you can't kill people in this meta. So we'll see. It's gonna be a true test of my patience and skill. You're better. You got that. Thanks, D. You got that. What up, BB? I don't know, man. I don't think I can beat your time. I think especially in this meta. But it'll be fine. It'll be interesting. So you're gonna be stuck with me. Oh, there goes my YouTube page again. Why does it keep crashing? Y'all are gonna be stuck with me tomorrow for probably at least 6 hours, if not longer. And when I say if not longer, almost certainly longer. Why is my chat breaking? Anyway. So that's gonna be fun. But even if it takes us a while, it'll be fine because it'll give us a baseline. And then that just means that we'll just do the challenge again. So it'll mean that we'll establish a baseline time, and then it'll give us the time to beat if we ever want to run it back. So and then the let's see, what do we have for the I haven't actually like posted a schedule, have I? I forgot. Oh yeah, I didn't post my schedule on Twitter yet. I need to do that. But I also was maybe gonna add one more stream, but I forgot. I think I have to edit my schedule before I post it. Let me pull up what I have on my computer though. Yeah, so we're gonna do that. Oh yeah, and then on Thursday we have well, tonight we have Clara's birthday stream. Yippee! Clara's birthday stream starts tonight, and we're gonna be playing Mario Party. So I'm not gonna stream my POV because it's her day. So, but make sure you tune into Clara's channel. Can I get the three-peat, baby? I have absolutely swept absolute total crushing victories for your Ryoshi in the last two Denauth Mario Party collabs. Can I keep the streak alive tonight? It might be her birthday. However, that doesn't mean we're gonna show any mercy. I'm going for 3 wins in a row. So we're gonna play Mario Party with Clara tonight. So that's happening. And then on Thursday, we have a collab with Millie Senpai, which I'm excited to play with Millie again because Millie's awesome. I had so much fun the last time we collabed, so I'm excited to play a scary game with Millie this time. And plus my friend Remia from Vispo, and then Taring Hu from Globy, who I haven't met yet, so I'm excited to meet Taring for the first time. And we're playing with the homie Remia and of course Millie Senpai in that Dark Hours game, which is really good. Humbling Clara for her birthday. Yeah. Is your win her gift? Yeah. Hey, I won this for you. Anyway, yeah, it's gonna be fun. So Mario Party is a lot of fun, so tune into that. And then yeah, so Dark Hours collab on Thursday. The waiting room for that is up as well. I haven't posted the Denauth weekly because again, I don't know what we're doing. We're like a lot of the Denauth weeklies are like we don't really know what we're doing. We just know we're doing something. So I don't know what we're doing yet. We'll figure it out. So I haven't posted that waiting room yet, but you guys know it's always at the same time. And then Saturday we have an Apex collab with BB, with Bluebell and Eliza. So both of the Eves. We're playing Apex with the Eves. Eliza is my little Schmovements student. She's crazy actually. She's picked up so much movement so fast. That's pretty cool. We'll see if she starts implementing it into her gameplay. But at least as far as like firing range go, she's like movement predator. Man, I gotta go. Later, Kazu. Have a good rest of the stream. Bye, Kazu. Thanks for being here. And then on Sunday, I said I was gonna play Space Marine 2. Because Aya gave me the Warhammer Brainworms, and I've been thinking about it, so it's like it's time to get back into that game and continue Space Marine. So we're gonna play Space Marine 2 on Sunday. I might throw another stream in there as well if I'm feeling up for it. We'll see. Because I got another game that I want to play called... What's it called again? I'm going to get the name wrong. I'm going to look it up. Oh, where did it go? Hold on. Do I not have it installed? I'll look through my uninstalled games. Oh no, I have it installed. It's called Metal Slug Tactics. It came out recently. It came out right like before I left on vacation, I think. That's a lie. Oh yeah, it came out the week I left, basically. But I didn't have room in my schedule to put it on there. So I wrote my schedule and I forgot to put it in there. So I want to also put that in there. I want to play that. It looks really cool. So I might do that this week too. Ms. Riddle, thanks for the 5 gifted. What the heck? Thanks for sharing those with the community. Let's go. It's a classic game. Is it like a remake of a classic game? No, I haven't played the rest of the franchise. I didn't realize there was like more. But it looks cool. It looks cool. So I have that game. So I want to play that. So I just got to figure out where to slot that bad boy in. Gotta figure out where to slot that puppy into the schedule, you know? Anything else? Anything else? Nearly Denauth half anniversary. I know. Can you guys believe it even? Holy heck. Holy crap. Yeah, we've been planning. I think you are all going to be very, 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 very happy with what we do for that stream. Rionins in particular, I think. So keep an eye out for that. We're sort of finalizing stuff, but we'll have info on that soon. So yeah, make sure you come hang out for Denauth half anniversary. Streams will be announced pretty soon here, I think. Once we just finalize some details. I know, I can't even believe it's been 6 months already. What the hell, dude? What the heck, man? I can't even believe that. It does not feel like I've been here for half a year. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean we've been here for like half a year? That's crazy. So yeah, stream should be really fun. So look forward to that. Look forward to the announcement. And then whenever we post the things, like make sure you mark your calendars and come hang out for Denauth Half Annie. I think we'll announce a hashtag sometime in the very near future as well, so that you can post things under that hashtag if you want to. Until then, if you want to post things already, you can just use Denauth as well, though. Gonna throw my real Pape at the wall. It's crazy. Hello? I'm excited for people to get Papes because they just seem like such a cool little piece of merch. I hope that once you get a Ryoma Pape, I hope that you take him on lots and lots of adventures and show me lots of pictures, you know? I hope. Be really cool. Should be really cool. I'm going to crunch the Pape. I'm sorry. No, you're not. Is getting sacrificed for my exams. As long as it's not for your math exam, that's fine. Feels like yesterday I was watching all your debut streams. Yeah, I feel like it was our debut streams yesterday. Holy. Man. I'm gonna make Rio Pape read my textbooks. No, that's so mean. I'm gonna make Rio Pape suffer in math class. No! Because then I'll feel it. I'll feel like some disturbance in the universe if that's happening. Like, vicariously, I will also be in math class. That's horrible. Oh, your acrylic finally got here? Let's go! Taking Ryoshi to math class and show it to my teachers. Oh, no. Rio Pape is taking my place in medical school. Good luck, have fun. I will freaking die. What do you mean? Rio Pape in math class, suddenly Ryoma gets a migraine. Yeah, man. If I get sick, I'm blaming all of you who took me to math classes because I'm going to feel it. I'm going to feel it. Taking Ryoma Pape to the DMV? No, my nightmare. You're going to wait for 5 hours just to make me suffer? Taking Rio Pape shopping? Thank you. Finally, some good news. Make Rio Pape do my homework. You're gonna get Fs. I'm just warning you. I was not a good student, and neither is Rio Pape. I will make Rio Pape render long scenes. Rip computer. Rip patience. Cooking Rio Pape in a walk. Oh my god. At least, I don't know. Make sure you season me well, at least. If I get one, I'll make sure he'll graduate uni with me. Yay! That'd be so cool. Can your Pape drive me around? Because I definitely shouldn't be driving. Don't worry. Yeah, Real Pape comes with actual driving skill built in. And the ability to drive stick shift. So, you know. Pape aggression is a Niji thing. It sure seems that way, yeah. It sure seems that way. Can I microwave Real Pape, though? No, you will burn your house down. Please don't. Real Pape should be present when taking driving tests. Yes, it will help you pass. Mini loafers? Oh, dude, mini loafers would be sick. Watching Apex streams with Real Pape. Yay! At least nobody is throwing him in a blender yet. What? Your investments. You're just throwing away money. You have to be at least financially more responsible than me. You know? Please. I will leave Pape in my car. Okay, at least leave the air conditioning on with his favorite music, okay? And water. You know? Real Pape take the wheel. Real Pape take the wheel. When Ryoma Pape comes, I'll make him wear so many cute fits. Please do. I'm having a new job soon, so I can actually buy it. Makes me super happy. Hey, congrats! Let's go. Congrats on the new gig. Oh, we can graduate uni next year with Ryoma Pape. You got this. You got that, Corey. Easy. I will crochet him a little scarf. Thank you. On my acrylic, but it's always sold out. Is it always sold out? Oh my gosh. Who out here buying the Ryoma acrylics? Is Ryoma Pape gonna drain my credit card if I leave him alone? You know what? He might. You might wanna keep an eye on him. Yeah. Yeah, you might wanna keep those things separated. Is it cheating if I make Ryoma Pape play Apex for me? You might get called out for hacks, yeah. You know. Ryoma Pape is a car ornament. Yeah, I'm a hood ornament. It's sold out right now? Oh, heck. Well, thank you guys for buying my acrylic. I appreciate that. Let's go. Can Ryoma Pape give financial advice, though? Ryoma Pape can encourage you to make poor financial decisions, yeah. Yeah. Hi, Ryoma in chat. Hi, Hybrid. Failing business studies with Ryoma Pape. Yep. Did I tell you guys that story? I don't remember if I told you guys that story, that I went to college. When I went to college, I went with the intent of getting my like MBA. What is that even again? I don't know. What's an MBA? Like Masters in Business Associates or something? I don't know. Whatever. I didn't know what I wanted to do. College is so stressful, man, in America, because it's always like you graduate high school and everyone's like, what are you going to do? What do you want to do for the rest of your life? What do you want to study? And I was like, I don't know, man. So I was always like, I don't know. I have no idea. And then people were always like, well, you seem like a business-minded guy, so you should go into business. You should go to business school or whatever. You should get an MBA. You can do whatever you want. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, I went to college and I'm like, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to study to get my MBA. Masters in Business Admin, maybe something like that. Yeah. And so I was studying with that as the end goal. And then I had to take economics. And I was like, oh, fuck, no, I'm not doing this. Nope. Absolutely not. Nope. This stuff makes absolutely no sense. I hate this so much. This is crazy. I can't do this. I do not understand anything that I'm listening to. So yeah, so I dropped out of that. That I quickly scrapped that plan. Economics did me in. So, Master of Business Administration. There you go. Yeah, I said hell no. Heck, economics. Hell no. I mean, I have to do math. So anyway, yeah. So don't count on your Ryoma Pape to help you with anything like math related. No economics, no nothing. No economics or anything. Sorry. Nope. I do not fear maths. It fears me. Oh no, I certainly fear maths. Economics. There you go. Yeah. Echo hell to the nomics. Can Ryoma Pape help me with art? If you don't mind what might be classified as interpretive art, then sure. Used to be good at math until Ryoma Pape ate all my thoughts. Ayuka, thanks for the new MB. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome. Ryoma Pape new arc sewing master. I really do still want to get a sewing machine. I do want to learn to sew just so I can like hem things. That's all I really want to do. The only thing is that like sewing machines are bulky. I'll teach Pape basic budgeting. Yeah, Pape could use that. Will real Pape chase after cars on the street? Yeah. If real Pape sees a cool car, it will definitely run after it and try to take a picture. Want to take sewing classes together? Oh my god, Uki, yes. Are you kidding? Of course I do. Absolutely. Yeah, I really need to learn to sew. Also sewing by hand. I want to learn to use a sewing machine, and then I want to sew by hand as well. Yes, yes, yes. I majored in classics with a focus on ancient languages. Whoa, that's so cool. What was my favorite subject in school? My favorite subject in school had to do with things like my favorite class was one called Persuasion, Propaganda, and Mass Media. That was my favorite one. Club Netherbrands Rogue Sniper, thanks for the gifted. Thank you, thank you. My favorite course was the course titled Persuasion, Propaganda, and Mass Media. That was fascinating. I still love that stuff to this day. Because it has to do with things like I mean, it's exactly what it sounds like how like examples of like, you know, we looked at things like political campaigns, like wartime effort campaigns, and things like that. And examples of them in the mass media. So like, you know, back in the day, that'd be things like radio, that'd be things like television. You know, how are things done and phrased and presented in certain ways to influence people, you know, make people think certain ways or influence people's shopping habits or people's voting habits and just all that kind of stuff. I think it's really cool. I think it's really interesting. God, I remember the one thing that like clearly people these days just really don't know about or understand is I forgot what the technical term is because it's been a while since I've been in school, but it's basically summarized by something like along the lines of like authority, like perceived authority bias or something like that, where basically, and that's not probably the correct technical term, but you'll get the idea, where it's like, it's this kind of thing where, remember, I'm sure they still have these ads to this day, where someone will show up on your screen doing an ad for like some sort of medicinal product, and they'll just be a person who looks like a doctor. They'll have like a white coat on, and they'll maybe have like a stethoscope around their neck, and they'll be like, you should take this thing because it helps you with this, like helps you with weight loss or helps whatever, gives you vitamins or whatever. And they will present and speak like a doctor. And the thing that's crazy is a very, very good majority of people will see that and will believe that person is a doctor and will take that person at their word that what they're telling them is actual certifiable medical professional advice. When in reality, they're just a paid actor. Like, they're not a doctor at all. They're literally just an actor. You know, and isn't that just a scam? It's very deceptive. It's deceptive. But the thing is that it works because people see things like the lab coats, they see things like the stethoscope, and people just have it instantly creates this perception that this person is an authority figure, because I'm not a doctor, and I don't understand all the medical things, you know? So like to the average layman, to the average person, a doctor is someone who is more of an authority figure, who has more education than them, who has more understanding of these things than they do. So they tend to listen to anything that a doctor would tell them because they're like, oh, I perceive you as someone who's more knowledgeable than me, who's more in a position of power than me. So anything that you say must be true, right? And I can take you at your word that the information you're giving me when you're saying, hey, eat this thing, take this thing, it will help you, that it must be true, right? There's so many people, a terrifying amount of people these days who fall for that kind of thing. It's very deceptive. Yeah, it's an ethical media thing. Yeah, it's very deceptive. And in the very fine prints, I don't know if they still do it these days because regulations might be different now than back then. But like back then, at the very least, they would have to have a disclosure that this is a paid actor and not a real medical professional. But it would be in the most tiny, finest of text that no one's actually going to see. on a television screen and read, right? It is there technically. They have to disclose that that person's not a doctor, but it doesn't matter. They would put that text on there, but the majority of people are not going to catch that or look for that. They're just going to see someone and think that they're a doctor and believe that what they're saying is true, and that the thing that they're pushing, the product that they're pushing, is something that they should buy and take, right? That still happens to this day, I'm sure. And it happens in all different kinds of ways. Yeah, they say the quick lines that no one's here. Oh yeah, where they do the thing really, really fast. You know, they say the spiel, you know. Most TV ads have that fine print between actual patients versus paid. Oh yeah, that too. Yeah. Patient testimony is another thing. Yeah, that's a great example. Yeah, where you're like, it'll be like some product, whether it's medical or not. It could be literally anything. It could be like, it could be for a product. It could be for like a service, where they have like the people who are like doing their testimony, like, oh, I did this thing and it was so great and it really helped and it just changed my life. And I once I started using this service or buying this product, like my whole life has turned around. And it's like, it's not actually real customer testimony. It's paid actors, right? But again, it's like the way that everything is presented to you. It's presented to you in such a way to make you believe it, and people just take that at face value and believe everything that they see and hear without thinking any further. And it's all very strategic, right? It comes from years of like of things that people have studied and figured out how to like present things in a way that people just like. Humans are very simple, like, and our brains prioritize efficiency over like everything else. So our brains are always looking for shortcuts, and one shortcut that it often takes is if it thinks that it's getting information from a credible source that it perceives as somehow being a little more knowledgeable at something, or a little more well educated about something, or professional or whatever, or authoritative in something, it'll just be like, yep, okay, yeah, that's great, that's the information, we just take that information in, we don't have to question it. So that's why being an individual with critical thinking skills these days is like, honestly, sadly, kind of rare. And if you are someone who is able to formulate your own thoughts about things rather than just being like, hey, what am I supposed to think about a thing or a situation? And then you just go look it up and you believe the first thing that you read or see at face value. If you actually are someone who like critically thinks and be like, okay, well, what are the motivations behind this person presenting this way? You know, do they have other biases? Do they have other, sort of priorities or agendas that maybe calls into question, like what they're like, do I actually believe this, or should I continue doing more research, to try to formulate my own opinions? Like, most people do not go those extra steps. Most of the stuff these days is like very surface level. You see a thumbnail, like legitimately a lot of people's surface level thing is they will see a thumbnail, whatever the thumbnail is and whatever the thing in the thumbnail is, and that is literally the depth of how far they go into thinking about something. That's why thumbnails can be so dangerous, clickbait thumbnails and titles. Some people read the thumbnail and the clickbait title, but again, that's like literally the extent of how far they dig about things. So it's really dangerous. Yeah, so critical thinking is kind of rare these days. Reading comprehension, similarly, out the window these days. Yeah, media literacy, exactly, Chant. Yeah, media literacy is just like gone these days. It's crazy. It's really wild. It's really wild. I'm old enough that like I've kind of, it's crazy to say, but like I'm old enough where I've watched that decline. Like, there's a very tangible decline, in my opinion, in the time that I've been alive as an adult. I've watched that decline happen at a very terrifying rate. Like, it's really scary. No, but the red arrow seems low-key trustworthy. I'd give my credit card details. Yep. Yeah, that's funny. That's the thing. That's a really another good example is like it's why you see me put red arrows in my thumbnail sometimes, because it's, for me, it's a joke, it's a meme, but it's like there is legitimate data that backs up that like if you put something in a thumbnail where you have a red arrow or a circle, it makes people click on the video more. Legitimately, it does not actually have to be pointing to anything relevant. You just have to put
a red arrow, because our brains are like accustomed, or like I forgot what the word is, but our brains will see that and identify that, and it will assign relevance to it. You legitimately, as a content creator, you just put a red arrow in a thumbnail. It does not have to actually be pointing at anything in particular or relevance. Just having that there alone is going to get more people's attention. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's insane watching everyone just take everything at face value nowadays. Yeah. A lot of people refuse to do their own unbiased research. Yeah, because again, people are lazy. And again, our brains are searching for shortcuts, and you know, that's why things that offer information in such quick, bite-sized, digestible formats do so well. But they're also potentially so dangerous and so harmful, right? Because if you're not careful with how you present information, when you present it in such a simple way, it can be really misleading, and it can be really harmful. And then you get into, again, this really super morally gray area where, like, you're also creating content on a platform that your revenue is directly tied to how many clicks you get and how many views you get. And when you kind of science everything out, you know, doing things that are way more fantastical in terms of the way that you present things, in terms of thumbnails, in terms of headlines, in terms of text and clickbait, that's the stuff that gets more clicks and more views, and therefore translates to revenue. So again, whenever you're doing research on something, I strongly encourage you, as a consumer of that content, to remember that wherever you're getting your information, whatever quote unquote news sources or whatever you're getting your information from, are often driven by profit, especially on a platform like YouTube as an example, but other websites, you know, plenty of other websites to get things from clicks and ad revenue and ads shown on those web pages. So you got to always keep that in mind. It's like, okay, is this headline, is this clickbait title, is this thumbnail, whatever, is this actually presenting information to me in an unbiased way that's trying to be as factual as possible and true to fact? Or is there a potential that this source is presenting it in a way that makes it seem more fantastical because they are on a platform competing with lots and lots of other creators and other videos, and they are themselves trying to maximize the revenue that they earn from their video? So how would they do that? They would do it by creating like these very, very exciting thumbnails and like titles that make things seem maybe disproportionately more one way than they actually are, purely for the sake of gaining interest and gaining eyes and getting people to click on things. And it's just like, it's tough because a lot of people don't go through that critical thinking process these days. Like, media literacy is just so far gone. So it's really tough. And the thing is that, like, another thing you got to remember is that, and this is how crazy things are these days, is like a source can be biased as all heck. But if the person running that source goes, oh, I'm not biased, you know, I just present things, you know, I just present facts, I'm not actually biased, that's literally all you have to do, and people will take that at face value and go, oh, well, this person said that, and then, so yeah, that must be true. And again, it's like, that's literally the level that people stop at in terms of like their own critical thinking for themselves. Is like, so many people take things at face value and will believe literally the first thing they read, literally the first thing that's said, and then they will go and just echo that. And so many people become parrots of that, and they just parrot the same thing over again. Like so you'll try to have a logical sort of constructive argument with someone, and it's so impossible because you'll say, well, no, that's actually not true, here's the facts. And then what they'll do is they'll just regurgitate the stuff that they have heard or that they've read. They'll just regurgitate to you the thumbnail title that they saw, or the clickbait title that they saw, or the justification that source gave for something. They'll just regurgitate the same things. They're not actually they're not actually giving you their own thoughts on the matter and the things that they've parsed through lots of research and taking in different viewpoints and trying to find facts. They're literally just regurgitating the first thing that they heard from a YouTube video thumbnail, or from a Reddit forum post, or from like a Twitter rage bait like post. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy these days, you know? So that's something you got to always be mindful of and be really careful of. And again, keep in mind that sort of like authority bias kind of thing, the perception that people have where As long as something is presented in a certain way, people will assign authority to it, even if it doesn't actually belong there. So again, similar to the thing, like if you just put on a lab coat and a stethoscope and hold a clipboard and, you know, have a background that looks like a doctor's office, people will think you're a legitimate doctor, and you could tell them whatever you want. You could say the most nonsensical shit, and there is guaranteed to be at least some decent chunk of your audience that believes you. Legitimately will believe whatever you say. And then they will then go and just regurgitate those same things that you say to other people when other people try to call them out and be like, that seems kind of crazy. That actually doesn't seem true. But they'll just repeat the same thing. It's it's crazy. In a similar vein, to that kind of thing, if you talk a certain way, if you talk with a certain cadence that reflects, let's say, you know, journalists, people of journalistic integrity of old, if you parrot that sort of cadence and speaking style, people will just sort of, like, again, because our brains are always looking for shortcuts, they will assign authority to that when it really truly doesn't actually belong there, right? You know what I mean? But again, there are all these different things that you can do that will trick people's brains into thinking certain ways, and assigning authority to something, and makes people believe things more in a certain way. And it's crazy to me that a lot of people's media literacy is so far gone that that's like the extent of their critical thinking. Is they're like, what do I think about the situation? Okay, let me just go believe the first thing that I see or the first thing that I hear. And it seems like it came from a credible source. But the reason why it seems like a credible source is just because they speak a certain way, right? They don't actually have any sort of like real professional background in that, or education, or like track record of like journalistic integrity or whatever. None of that actually exists. They just kind of talk in a certain way and present things a certain way. And that makes people believe them. And that's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. I would not want to be someone who just goes and whenever I want to learn about something, just goes and believes the first thumbnail that I see, or the first sensational headline that I see, or, you know, inflammatory forum post that I see. Think for yourselves, people. Seriously, like, apply some critical thinking skills. Understand that, especially whenever money is involved, especially on a platform like, say, YouTube or something, or maybe even like something like X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, that has like a revenue pro. Anytime there's money involved, you have to remind yourself that, like, people have agendas, and their agenda is to make money. And a proven way to make more money, to get more views, to get more clicks, to make more money, is to sensationalize things, is to present things in really controversial ways. Oftentimes presenting things like that are hardline stanced on one side. There's so many things. You just really got to be careful. I really strongly encourage people to try to remember that, and try, when you're trying to learn about something, it's great to be curious about something, and it's great to want to know what to think about a situation, and it's great to want to be better educated about something that's going on. But you got to remember that, like, that's going to involve doing some amount of homework on your part, and not just believing the first thing you say, you see or hear, and regurgitating that as, you know, and making that your own opinion. You really got to try to take it a little bit deeper. Find various sources, look for various points of view, etc., etc. But yeah. Don't be the aunts and uncles that believe everything you see on Facebook. And that's a meme for a reason, right? That's like a meme for a reason, because there is that other, like, that is another generation that, like, similarly lacks kind of this sort of like education, right? That media literacy just isn't there, right? Because they kind of were from before the time when media was really as advanced as it is, and strategies are as advanced as they are. So they are very susceptible to this thing. It's like, you know, it's like some of the older generations who, for example, like, will see like AI generated content, and they have no idea, they cannot understand that that's fake. You know what I mean? Just one more child. Thanks for the 10 gifted. Shiki, thanks for the memby as well. Welcome everybody. Welcome, welcome. But yeah, that's like a different, that's like a good example, but it's also kind of, it's similar, but also different, right? Like that's a generation that lacks the media literacy to distinguish what is fake and what is real. But it's more because that stuff came after their time. I feel like people of my age and people after me have way less of an excuse, but it also happens to a shocking degree and amounts, right? And that I can only kind of chalk up to laziness, honestly. That's like, we know how powerful technology is and how crazy AI is, and we understand that there are people out there who are pushing content and pushing media because they make money from it, and that is arguably their largest motivation. Even if they don't admit it, that is their largest motivating factor, and we understand that, and then we just somehow, like, there are people who just forget about that and ignore it, right? And the thing that drives me crazy is that, like, those kinds of people can get called out for that. And the crazy thing is that we exist in a time when someone just has to go, no, nuh-uh. And people go, oh, okay. Oh, well, they said it's not true. They said that they aren't motivated by money, and they said that they aren't motivated by personal bias. Well, it must be true because they said nuh-uh. And I just want to put my head through a fucking wall. Like, that's crazy. You know, I always think about things. If I ever have to explain myself for anything or justify something I've done, I always am like, I'm like, okay, like, let me think of all the, like, justifications and the reasons and the logical reasons why I did something the way that I did. And, you know, here's my reflection on the action, blah, blah, blah. When in reality, you never really have to do that much. Like, you literally, yeah, exactly. Trust me, bro. You literally just have to go, trust me, bro. You just go, nuh-uh. And then people go, okay. It's crazy. It's like, why do I even bother? Like, why even bother? Why go through the trouble of trying, like, why go through the trouble of trying to, like, be a logical person, you know? It sounds like a joke, but it's actually so freaking infuriating. Yeah, it sounds like a joke. It really legitimately, in any other timeline, should be laughed at. But, you know, here we are. Here we are. Yeah, the trust me bro source. Yeah. The other half is just everyone gets defensive. Nobody wants to admit they could be wrong. Ego seems so huge. Nobody can admit to being human faults. That's a really good point too. Yeah, that's another challenging. That's another thing that I would encourage people to remember is that, and you see this a lot too these days as well, right? Is people will formulate opinions about things. One thing, if you have opinions about things, chat, my recommendation. And again, take anything I'm ever telling you with a grain of salt too, right? Because I'm just a talking PNG on the internet, like, for frick's sake. But consider, internet is dying. Come back, internet. Okay, there we go. I spoke too many facts. They're trying to silence me. That's crazy. Oh my god. Big media is trying to silence me. Where were you on this day? My internet's been kind of going in and out. I've noticed that I've said a couple times that I noticed that my webpage that I'm trying to read chat on keeps going out. Weird. So I might lose internet. Who knows? I think the internet is being crazy right now. So I apologize. Anyway, what I was saying is that whenever you have an opinion about something, I have to read you over here now because, like, this computer has no internet on anymore. Oh no, here it is. It's coming back. It's coming back. Okay, I can read you on this monitor now. Okay, cool. Anyway, yeah, they're trying to stop me from telling you the truth. Be careful of, whenever you have an opinion, be very careful of letting that opinion become, like, part of your personality. Right? For example, let's say, and this could be about anything. Let's say, for example, you feel very strongly negatively about something. And you are fully convinced that something is bad. let's say one thing is bad and you are so convinced. There are a lot of people who, I swear to God, that becomes like hating on that thing becomes their entire personality. And you say that kind of as a joke, you know, it's like there's some people where that's all they talk about. So you're like, oh my God, that's like your entire personality is like just hating on this one thing. And it's kind of a joke, but it's also kind of not. And that's the danger, is like some people like hating on certain things literally crosses into the territory of like that becomes part of their identity. And that's what I would say be careful of. And social media kind of unfortunately promotes that because, you know, social media gives anybody a platform to, for example, like you could go on the internet and say a bunch of good things. A lot of the time that's not what gets engagement. And of course, we got to remember that platforms are algorithm driven, and algorithms are just AI, and all they know is like, okay, what's getting the most interactions and what's the most sensational. So anyway, so typically the negative opinions are what get boosted versus like positive things, because negative things tend to have more interactions overall. But anyway, so social media kind of unfortunately reinforces the idea of like, oh, hey, I go on the internet and I post my really negative opinion and I hate on this thing, and it gets a bunch of interactions and it feels great. I'm doing numbers. So for people, it becomes part of their personality. The problem with that, why I would caution anyone to make sure you never go down that road, is once something becomes that much part of your identity, it becomes so difficult to actually course correct and separate that. Because for human beings, for us, like literally at the most base level of our survival instinct, all we have when you take away like flesh and blood and bone is that sense of self and that sense of like identity. And if an opinion, if you have been championing something so hard that it sort of has become part of your ego, it has become part of your id, become part of your identity, it makes it so hard for you to acknowledge like anything else. It makes it hard for you to move on from that and grow past that, especially when presented with facts that something is wrong. And that's such a dangerous thing, and a really sad thing, in my opinion, just in my personal opinion. But you see it happen quite a lot with people these days, because social media is just such an echo chamber, and it really reinforces that kind of behavior and blah, blah, blah. So it is pretty easy for, as an example, like hating on something, for it to actually become part of your personality, for it to actually become part of your identity. And once you've made it part of your identity, it is so hard for you to be able to like let go of that and move past that and grow beyond that, because you're at that point, it is literally a self-defense mechanism of your body kicking in. And that's why there are people where you can watch it happen. It's we're not going to talk about politics. No politics discussion. I'm just going to say this. It's really easy to see these days when people's political views are challenged and when they're presented with hardline facts. You see this happen a lot because for some people, certain things have become so much part of their personality for so long that even when presented with actual facts, you can see people's like brains lag because their body is having a visceral self-defense reaction because this thing that they've been championing for so long has actually become part of like their mind, and their body and their soul identifies that as part of their existence. And they literally cannot accept something that challenges that, because that is like destroying their internal existence. Their body, their mind simply will not let it happen, because it is like essentially killing a part of yourself. And our body is just pure survival instinct at that level, right? Because again, flesh, bone, skin, whatever, the thing that we have at the very most basic level is like our sense of self. And if your opinion has somehow tied itself, melded itself to your sense of self, it's so hard. It's so hard to grow beyond that, man. So you got to be really, really careful about whenever you feel passionately about something, about not letting it get to that depth, because you're going to like really tie yourself down and stagnate. If something, and why would you want to anchor yourself to like hatred? You know what I mean? Like so many people anchor themselves in something that's just based in hate, right? Like hating on something. hating on someone, hating on a group, hating on whatever. It's like, why would you want that to be the thing that is like tied to your internal like identity? It's so weird to me, but you know, here we are. So, in case it was missed, this quote from my favorite book is, "For those who want to believe, no proof is required. For those who refuse to believe, no proof is ever enough." That's a good quote. I like that quote. That's cool. I like that quote. That's cool. What is it? There's another one too. It's like, it's something like, it's easier to deceive someone than to like convince someone that they're being deceived. Something along those lines. You know what I mean? Like, it's way easier to trick people than it is to convince someone who's being tricked that they are being tricked. Like, you know what I mean? I like my language teacher because she tells us always to be able to change / doubt our own beliefs and to be open to others. Yes, it's a very healthy approach to the world. Utori, thank you for the Memby. Welcome. I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. It's a pride thing. Yeah, it's a pride thing. It is a pride thing. And again, it's also like, for some people, it literally is as deep as like, it's a self-defense mechanism. Like, they don't intend for it to be, but it's actually like becomes such a part of their identity that it is, which is crazy. It's sad. Yeah, don't, especially if it's something hateful, don't anchor yourself in something hateful. Because again, those people will continue to hate on something. You can be like, well, actually, like, here's the facts, or here's the way things have changed. Here's the way things have improved. And they go, no, it's still bad. And it's tough because you want to help someone like that, but it becomes very, very difficult to help someone like that when they're that deeply, when it's that deeply rooted in their personality at that point, because again, it's their body fighting against it at that point, because it's a self-defense mechanism. Because if you were to try to change that view that they have, that's literally tied to their sense of identity, it's like trying to kill a part of their identity, and their body just won't let it happen. I feel like being a hater has been made to be such a quirky internet thing that people are just so eager to be mean and rude about everything. Oh yeah, for sure. I think it's silly that being a hater is glorified, you know? Somehow we went from, you know, being a hater to being this really bad thing, you know, and like, oh, you're just being rude and being uneducated about something, to like, oh my God, you're so based for hating that. It's like, what? Like, when did we flip that on its head to being something that, when did being ignorance about something become cool and the better thing? I don't know. Where did we go wrong, man? I don't know, dude. I don't know how we ended up here where like being completely ignorant about something is like based. No, you're just stupid. Sorry. You're lazy and stupid. But, you know, here we are. Influencer meta. Yeah. Influencers. We're all terrible, honestly. Hi, Roy. Hope stream is going well. It is, man. Thank you. Anyway, so yeah, that's just like, that's I always caution people. I think you would do well to be cautious. If you ever find yourself feeling really particularly passionate about something, just be really careful. Be like, do a little self-check. Just do a little stop. Like, hold up. Let me pump the brakes for like 1 second. Am I letting this get to the point where it's actually like part of my personality? And if it is like that, you should just be careful, right? That's where you need to like kind of step away and breathe and, you know, maybe go look up some differing opinions, go touch grass, do whatever, you know? Dang, catching strays. I think all influencers would do well to have a little bit of self-awareness, right? You know, in terms of our potential influence in our, you know, it's like the whole like with great power comes great responsibility kind of thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. Always remember that influencers on the internet have some sort of agenda, whether or not, and when they say, no, I don't, like, yes, they do, you know? It drives me crazy that people can be like, no, and then people go, oh, okay, yeah, I believe them. And then they'll go, and then whenever other people go like, well, hold on, this person's behavior is clearly motivated by such and such, maybe money or whatever. and then those people who are watching go, "Nuh-uh," they said "nuh-uh." Just like, God damn it, dude. Think for yourself, bro, please. Please. Again, welcome back, Ryoma. Glad you had a great time. Thanks, Nova. Go get some Eep Otsu on music rehearsals. It do be crazy out there on the internet, man. It is a wild thing to observe. I keep my mouth shut about a lot of stuff that I would love to jump in on, but it just isn't worth it. I have to consider, I have my position to consider is a big part of it, but there's also plenty of things where it's just not worth it, because it's just, you are trying to fight a losing battle. You're trying to literally talk to bricks in a wall. Trust me, bro, I'm here to spread my brand of stupid. Yeah, you know what, me too. I'm here to spread my own brand of stupid. I'm here to play video games and yap and tell you that math is made up, you know? I got one better for you, Ryoma. You just answer, yeah, Yep. Yeah, huh? That's pretty good. I like that. Luna Faye, welcome back. Thank you for the 5 months. Hope your jet lag isn't too bad. It's it's okay. I last time I was on the trip, I remember the jet lag hit me for like a week. I think I got sick too after. I can't remember, but I was feeling it for like a week. I think this time will be a lot better. I think I was just more mentally prepared for it. So I think after today, knock on my wooden desk, I think after today, I will be back to normal. Just really sleeping the last couple days, and then today, and then I think I'll be good. I think I'll be good to go. Because even flying over, I already was like, because even last time getting there, I was so jet lagged for the week. That was really tough. But on the way over, I don't know, there was just something about mentally being prepared for it. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be fine. I'm gonna be good to go. And it was kind of rough the first couple days, but yeah, and then after that, I was pretty fine. So I think it'll be a similar switch over back here, you know. It should be a decent switch back, I think, this time. It's the age catching up to grandpa. True and real, man. Travel's tough on these old bones. I like how Ryoma is so anti-math, but his son Claude is pro-math. Claude once did a math stream. That's crazy. See what I'm saying, chat? You got every time you gotta evaluate on the internet. You gotta make decisions for yourself. I can't believe Claude would be out here spreading fake math like that. That's crazy. What is his agenda? I'm just kidding. I hate math, bro. I hate math so much. I can't believe people think that shit's fun. Like, what? What is that? That's not fun. You just don't know what fun really is. What do you mean, Ryoma? Math is real. Nuh-uh. Fake math maxing is crazy. My dad unironically enjoys math. That's wild, dude. Nuh-uh. Anyway. No, hanging out here is fun. Yeah, huh? Because math is... The only math I need is adding more coffee after I drink it all. If math was real, why does it have imaginary numbers? If math was a thing, why do they need letters? I thought it was about numbers, bro. Why are there so many letters involved? Doesn't make sense. Don't believe big math, okay? Don't fall for it. Think everything that I've taught you in this stream, okay? You just gotta remember. You just gotta think critically for yourself, okay? Form your own opinions. Big math is out here trying to get your clicks and your ad revenue, okay? Don't let it win. If math was good, why isn't there math 2? You know, that's so true. Why hasn't there been a sequel? Every good franchise gets a sequel. Math hasn't had a sequel. Boom. Case closed. Case freaking closed, man. Why is there no Apex 2? You know what? Fair. Valid. Yeah, okay, listen. Yeah, exactly. Oh, man. All right. Anyway, that's a good... Anyway, I need to get out of here. I gotta go. Oh, man. Thanks so much for hanging out, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed the return stream. It was great catching up with you. Thanks for letting me come on here and yeah. Thanks for all the membies and the supers and everything. Members, I think sometime next week, probably gonna do member stream. Want to do some more Sherlock Holmes reading, some book reading to y'all, and then I don't know, maybe viewership games. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So look forward to that. I missed you all. I hope that you enjoyed hearing my tales from my trip. Sorry that I couldn't provide a ton of like more specific details. I wish I could. I have like tons of great stories, but you know, I wish I could divulge the details to you, but I cannot. I leave it to your imagination, okay? Let thine imaginations run wild. But I appreciate you all. I will see you all tomorrow for the Apex 100 Kills Challenge. The Apex 1. We're going to be playing Apex 1 and suffering, trying to get 100 kills. Speed run the challenge. I'm going to go keep sleeping off the old jet lag here. Oh yeah, and then I'll see you all later. I'll see you all later on Clara's stream for her birthday. It's Clara's birthday streams. Yippee! So make sure that you tune in. That starts in like I think about 3 hours. Pretty soon. Her stuff will kick off. Let's see. The waiting room's up. Farah Charmwood. What do we got? Oh, wow, she has like a bunch of them. Okay, hold on. I want to make sure I raid into the first one. I think it's the Zatsu, but I'm... Oh, no, wait, no. I think she's doing... Hold on. Have a look at the times here. Okay, it's the... Yeah, okay, it is the harmonica one. Okay, cool. So I'm going to send you all over to Clara's waiting room. She's doing harmonica don't scream challenge, which is exactly what it sounds like. She's gonna have a harmonica in her mouth, and then you know it's gonna be funny anytime she screams, because then you're just gonna hear harmonica. Yeah, it should be a horror game. I know she's done this before, so I think this is like part 2 or something, or the revenge stream. So it should be pretty funny. And then we're playing Mario Party together. We're playing Mario Party in about, what, 5 hours from now? Yeah, like 5 hours from now? No mercy. I'm going for the 3-peat. I don't care if it's her birthday. I'm going for the 3-peat, chat. I have absolutely decimated all in the last 2 Denauth Mario Party collabs. I have to go for the hat trick. Sorry, Clara. No freebies on your birthday. You know? It's because I love you. It's because I respect you. I have to full commit. It would be rude of me to pull my punches. You know what I'm saying? That is not the Ronin's way.
I will come at you with my full power. Because I respect you. Isn't that how like fight scenes go usually? Like I don't wanna fight you. But I respect you, so I have to kill you. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway. Alright. I will see you all in a few hours over on Clara's stream, okay? Thank you again for the warm welcome back. It's always stressful going on like a week-long vacation as a creator and then coming back after a long time. I'm really grateful that so many of you showed up. I hope that you enjoyed this chat. I absolutely enjoyed hanging out with you. Remember to think critically for yourselves, okay? I'm proud of all of you. I know that you are. I know that you're all critical thinkers. I know you got good heads on your shoulders. Thank you again for supporting me. Thank you again for supporting your Oshis and Nijisanji EN. Thanks for supporting the whole branch. We really genuinely truly appreciate you guys. You guys are the strongest. You guys are our favorites. You guys are true winners in our eyes. We love you. And I'll see you all later. Let's go have a good birthday party to Clara, okay? Catch you in a few hours. Yippee. I'll see you later. I'll see you then, or I'll see you on another time. Okay, love you. Bye.